This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Abuja Boadu TV sunye na yen kaka yen ho. Wo kai se Otumfuo se tutu abebio ebe ka se ebe ya anka anesifo na chechefo a o magentity o memo wie no se komu wie school anka ba ne hwe na on page dwuma bi mo se na be ya anesifo no nko edwuma bi last year ni last 2 years nesis ni wie school na no mko o mu wie school na no mko na Otumfuo bi se sa ne mbie na anesifo no nya no mo de ko no adi ntina yen fe wo mo adwuma schools wo ha muhia doctors ne nurses e wo sick pay ya wo hospitals ha nurses e wo hosua intendent ne emphasize nurses na mu ye ja omamko Kevin akasa de fa ho be che Kevin Taylor kasa de fa ho na ode Samira Bawumia so picture bi batu dwa no bi e so bia ya kwala pai ba sa picture de na no de ho Kevin Taylor ko fa wa hemfa no so wode aba na wa kire di ntia omampende da John Dramani Mahama e wosa wotoma no ene wa kire na bakwasem adwuma wa babaye fiti assembly member besi president de nti a jeje ebo ni din se wono ena ombeye ne ran ne minister satam no swakra beye deputy minister Kate Jemfua MPP for women's organizer so ne ho akodi adwami Kevin Taylor se wa bonga Kevin so da assembly member ba mama kwa kasem nti Kevin
vo se dituna na kasa piao Kevin Taylor ana yo show ade bia ko Otumfuo asem to Otumfuo ekese ase de yin abo an takraso ne ye kana asem on se aka ohene keto bi ho asem wada abo an takraso ye ne na ese Otumfuo ekese na Otumfuo ekese na ye ka Otumfuo asem so na obofu nana piao onana na me Kevin Taylor maba nana maba se me ba be cheche nsem nwa kire onana no bia se bi onokre abomu nokre omo person beje nokra to minti na humu ha na dwi dia na yese wa no asem na me bedwudwom a kire ukromfo ye ne me so me ya onana wo domi Otumfuo has spoken. What did he say? I say transform the economy to keep teachers and nurses here. And I said, one of the best things Otumfuo can. In fact, I am very happy about. I see, Nanado Danko Kufuada Bino, among transforming economy, no, send a teacher for the nurse for into Quabruchi. And I think this is very, very valid. This is very, very valid from Otumfuo said to. And I really appreciate this kind of statement from Otumfuo because when you look at it, economy, no, see, Kufuada buying into me and transforming economy now. There's no way a teacher for the nurse for a bit now, we hear the next statement from Otumfuo and down or say, brain drain is modern form of colonization. It threatens Ghana's future. Nyama because I have Otumfuo or say to or say, Sebio, nyama be see, Nanso, edum brebi ani e ka say, oh, abrofo be fa say nkwa. And omo be fa na nanom and omo fa asantefo omo fa wonafo omo fa edien domafo omo fa abonofo omo fa srimfo omo tsa ye nyina kogu ship ndi ko abrochire ekoye ye nkwa na mde no Otumfuo se saa de ne de etwam na eye nkwa foforo abrofo no eye ye anase ema ye ne ankasa ye ho nkwa ne se eye adwene eda yetrim no se bi yesua de ye ko school wie na yesua de wosan kede tena krom na ye de chichiri kro na ye nye saa na afi ye de akotena abrochire na se bi ye de akoboa abrofo no kro no into Otumfuo se saa de ne ha no adekodi enti ha no se aban no entumi enye nhyehyeye bia ebetuma ma mbebunu no sebi otitiru nurse for ne teacher for omko training college wie ne ade wie a omo no nso no ometumi aka krom ha into Otumfuo akasa asem na asem ya edamakoma so ye na asem ya sebi eto asum. And I think it's about time we started listening to these kind of words from Edian Ayonfo. Now, the most important thing now, Otumfuo kana ehiame pa no, he stressed on teachers and nurse for Ose Kufuado Abino, omunya economy ni, omun transform economy no. So it means one, Otumfuo has admitted say the economy is bad. For say Otumfuo can say transform the economy and not person say presently economy no enye economy no asay. It Otumfuo said to catch the MPP are buying Bawumia any omomudi MPP chinyan say as we speak today no economy na say inti munye ni ye na muye ni ye a emrantia ne mabawa ebetumi a omuye nurse for ne eye den teacher for betuma kakronim eno ena etwe madwene ebesi asem bi so sebio Otumfuo said to nana meda piao eye teacher for the nurse for adekodientia ema abrantia ote Ghana ana abayiwa owo Ghana wako nursing school wako teacher training ana se we teaching school na obe na adwo se obekọ abrochi no eyade ba akopɛ ne nyina ne se owie ni school na okono na se otutu nani na onye adwuma anya de beba ne se ewose otu ne to ewose otu kwan. They need to travel, and the reason why they need to travel is because they have finished school, they need to work, there's no work, and nobody's creating opportunities for them to work. So the only option to such youthful the youth or young people who are more energized, the exuberance is there. No, the only option is for them to leave the country they are living in to go to other places that will accept them, that will give them the opportunity they've been seeking for. But I feel say upon in some Otumfuo kan nyina magitum eye ensempa ehia say impenifo mo Ghana ombetuma ka kira ban ema nyoma sesa no. I feel say Otumfuo shouldn't be talking about a nurse for free Ghana. I feel say, with all due respect, Nana, say anka wujina aban we suma aban we put these hospitals to use. Hospital bay a 9 ana enum se ka omunyina ebom na se omunyina ye juma 24/7 over 10,000 to 20,000 nurses, direct and indirect, they will be working from these hospitals in the Ashanti region alone. No? I feel say there are more things and I say I feel Nana, you are supposed to stress on creating opportunities for the people here, for the young people, the teachers and the nurses. Now what I expect you, and as I was expecting you to say, then I say abanemra na de ema emrante ne mbabawa no edwane free Ghana eko nkrofo froso no, especially nurse for no teacher for no de ema mo edwane ko no say edwuma ni ho. Nurse ni ehi na oye adwuma sebio, nurse ni onye adwuma e o menhia sebio teacher ni okọ teaching school no wie ana bibia onko kira de o menhia o kira de e o school dem. Nurse ni no na adwuma bia eye den in a hospital. So if we have hospitals working effectively, na akora bia wako nursing school, wako teaching training college, na se owie na se onya e-block munye adwuma eye ma aban tia ne ka, I think say akora bia ni Ghana obey na adwene say ma mentu kwan kokuru bi so a minnim obia ho e kuro bi so a minnim de ekoto will just get up in the morning and say I am leaving. There are three things here. One, I think say yeni penifo na yeni aban ka say o say ma aban tia say eyem bebunu no sebio omako school kakra mbeso mo kira dia na so mo ye nurse no I will say ti omo kayi. As we speak today, there are thousands of nurses omutifia eye aban edi omo ka. Now there are facilities that can host these nurses and these teachers. There are more e-blocks young complete na ewo Ghana. E-blocks no, any hospitals no, if they have been completed today, I don't think so 2472 will go that low to say your nurse for your teachers no omu dwane kwa abrochiri. Because when you take a hospital like this, which is basically in the Ashanti region, this is a hospital, and I'm going to cover my face. I want people to see how big this hospital is. This is a hospital ewa Asante Memua. If this hospital say anka aban we are otiso eye MPP aban e de sa hospital we your friend no hospital we your friend no eye de Afari military hospital. This hospital hu ni sa no a hospital kese direct and indirect no ewa Asante Memua no ebetuma fa nipa be 5,000 2,000 ejuma. Yes, and I know because e de na hospital back fa nipa 2,000 ejuma. Apart from nurse for no, there are lab technicians. There are people who are doing different medical things. And nurse for green doctor for there are so many people who work in hospitals. As we speak, this hospital is sitting in the Ashanti region. Since in Canada, kaoma aban we pressure for the past 7 years, and anka hospital we juma. I think say by now no, anka onana no ma sebio omu nyine dwane kwa brochira omakotena brochira sisia omu ni bibia no anka sa wona nanom nyina anka omu nyejuma e wo Ghana eye. So I feel say instead of you telling the government say on transform economy, you ain't stopping Quran from going. The only way we can stop the young nurses and the young teachers from leaving Ghana, any teacher Asante Memua, is to put these things to work. The e-blocks that are sitting there and rotting, we have to put it to work. So I feel so too for you did not direct your message well. Your message should be direct and specific. You need to tell the government to complete the facilities that will give these young people the opportunity to live in Ghana. because your nurse in Ejuma or ha, you try to kaye, na so baby tia. I don't think that's a nurse because me two free Ghana kotana UK, and will be a rape me, and I say my boy jantra half, I nurse half. But that person will be like, me call UK for holidays and coming back to serve my people. So I think that sometimes we need to direct our message well. Otumfuo said to, with all due respect, Nana, your message is still not direct. Your message is still not strong. I feel say you are still cutting this government a slack. You have to be emphatic. You know something? There are hospitals here, nurse for a per hospital. So at Dana, we don't want to put these hospitals to use because this is another hospital and also Ewa Asantimemu, we another hospital, Ewa Asantimemu. It has not been put to work. These hospitals are all sitting there. So for Otumfuo to start complaining and say brain drain, it comes in when the people don't get the opportunity they are asking for. We are talking about Sewia Hospital. When you know Ashanti region, this hospital is the Ashanti region. The government has been in power for 7 years. Abai bin abai no besi no di bibia hyehyemu. Ma abai ne pressure na abai nim bie se ne be ya wona nanom na omokwa kwatena broche me bia da na jantra foro. They will get jobs in Ghana. And so no yentumi nye. So at the end of the day, when we start to talk to the government like this, abra ejuma esi una ho no betuma boa wona nanom no, then it means the government will not take us serious. Then in conformity say because nana you are being hypocritical. I just say unim I say also botwini nanim enso se bio wo de den aba no bobo botwini no ho. You need to hit the drum. You also obo bebia ebe ye nyina ye beti. Now it's looking more like Otumfuo said to you are not hitting. You are not hitting where we will all hear. You are basically going around the drum. You are just going around the problem. And people like you, the reason why sometimes they be a bit and as some kasa yes so and I am Ghana 40 the Makana say mo say mo ye di pakese mo say mo kasa e ko echire mo di domanim se be bi kwa tum kasa wo di omanim na se be o ti oman mu e asanteman na se hospitals enum egum a se be e wo se o ma starting keke na wo nananom nya adwuma ye na se wo bu ani egu so na wo ka kira ban ne se o mu nya bibi na wo nananom tumi nkwa abrocha na se be o wan kasa na wo di wo nananom abro. Some people might not like me for these things, but I need to do it because me catch a kufu to say ombeye a hospital where on fime afari ombeya on fime say we are ombe bia no fime but Otumfuo said to say also chen Ghana for bebre yet ya no Otumfuo ka say ono kra ohemra court kra ntumi ndane no into DNA stop Otumfuo to tell from telling the government say they should come and open these facilities send a beya wona nanu benye adwumaye. Now, this is another hospital, Ashanti region. Otumfuo, I am talking about these hospitals. So when you know to me kasem, na say ye to me air den e mani bo adwuma, we e kumewu. Ana we enfa, we ye kumewu, we ye we ye Formina District Hospital. John Mahama aban NDC for no musi hospital a me de church oni nyina. Sa hospital we nyina guo, sa hospital we nyina Akufo Addo bia anka onana no mo ye nurse for ne teach e de for komo nya adwuma ye. And coming in and it's brain drain there when you want it to happen, and then it happen, and I say it happens when you want it to happen. Otumfuo, you can stop brain drain, and the only way to stop it is to make sure the government put these things to work. You have ignored these things, and you are telling the government to stop brain drain. How do we stop it? How do you stop a young girl, a young man, where we school or tete or pay jumaye, abra hospital siwo or hinekese eyineni cultural ban say on stop it? How does the government stop it? Because our ban crackers or stopping Nippon physically, they will still go. Because where are the opportunities? The opportunities are all sitting in the Ashanti region, close to 247 to the Nitia. Nana. So sometimes momayambo eye twene ni enja twene ne nchen na ye bobo no sebio ye nyinyini sebio enche ye befri asasi so onyame ne boy e onyame say ye nyina ye nkyere bo nti enya opportunity to lead people we need to always try and make sure say kasa na ye beka na ebetumi aboa ye ne ene ye nananom nti hospitals na egu no nana empro ana hospitals no nananom bebregu fi a omo pe adwuma ye and this is a fantastic hospital isiwa aban bia ba ye siwo NDC aban aye sebio NDC na ye ntidian NDC na ye nti asantini ntumi nye adwuma wo NDC na ye nti Otumfuo eka ho asem say and the MPP bia na Otumfuo aye bone ana na wafom nananom. These are some of the things that sometimes ebetna ha ye pese mo ye na mo boa Ghana. Otumfuo, you have about 5 regional hospitals sitting close to you. You have ignored this and you are telling the government to stop brain drain. How do we stop it? There are hundreds of chip compounds and hundreds of e-blocks are asapre egu asantimemu ni Ghana hanyina. You have refused to tell the government to put them to use because the e-blocks ni ejuma every teacher trainee we school biano will get job to do. The brain drain will stop. So why do we know the problem? Do we know the solution? Why don't we want to address it directly? Na de bia yes safa ho na na ho adentra ye na na de 700 pounds to MPP. It does not work like that. Mommy, are honest with ourselves. Let us be honest when we are speaking on these issues. The Otumfuo wo ye no MY wo ye me na me pesa wo ka asam no esi asam no so. I said de bia Otumfuo sebio ye nyina do asante de bia asante kasa asante so asante de opesa asante pesa ye no mutumi ye na adentina asante ntumi nkasa de na ma asante adane ma. I just say no MPP abanwe ama menhia dane ma menhia ntumi nkasa omoboso menhia ntumi nkasa ensesa eye Ghana ene asantefo me at the end of the day I'm telling focus oh na Otumfuo nkwa na yo hene Ghana da bi MPP we need elections in Ashanti region Otumfuo aka say MPP ne yete no menhia eye MPP for de bi omo kan omo say the asantefo pe na omo beye asantefo nti na omo ba power nti se enu tanyoma we nyina kekese ni a eni tina de bi Otumfuo kasa ne aso na no ebi se wase ehu sasem na Otumfuo aka no Otumfuo ne asantefo command wo MPP so ade nti Otumfuo ntumi command MPP titru so Otumfuo wofa e de yi sika te MPP a nti se yesi hospital Otumfuo na ho na so Otumfuo entumi nkasa yemie na Otumfuo kasa me nana no mu etu kwan ko bojantra ebi mu wu a na Otumfuo edi asante abro. This is another hospital. Let me show you. And all these hospitals I'm showing you, these are hospitals in the Ashanti region. This is Eye Kumewu Eye Hospital. It is sitting there and it is rotten. And I'm going to keep doing this. So because I'm minjaya because Yamea Tia wants to say Sebio Otumfuo Henekasiye and we know NC Water region. Sir, facilities Samira Chechewi, NC Eastern region. All these facilities are in the Ashanti region. In the Otumfuo cannot ignore these things and tell us that the brain drain no Abai non stop it. This is the only way Abai must stop it a young nurse from going to the UK. This is the only way Abai must stop it a young doctor from going to the UK. This is the only way Abai able to make create opportunity ama Asantefo na nanom. Inti I will not sit here and say Endran make Otumfuo asem inti adentina wo say make Otumfuo asem nde ye see achichire eye de MPP wo menhia na wo ho kwan so ka MPP asem enye me inti me ka kire menhia ebia na menhia refi ebi so na menhia dane oba ebia na se menhia sebio ni dua eda ne nantem ene wo yifum e wo say menhia kasa se menhia e wo say menhia kasa se mema and the menhia dane ma na menhia ke kansam no fa sebio nchenchen twene ne bo eda ho ayembo nchen Otumfuo botwene anim na afei sebio ensunsan so papa embra santefo so let's not forget we can only stop brain drain when it comes to our nurses by telling the government to put the hospitals that have been built to use NDC for the omajimi omosi na MPP for munim nyansa de no muntumi bia no ma santefo enye dwuma nye obia anje asantemfro obia nsem obia anje obia tribe mfiri nsem obia anje obia hini mfiri nsem. No credit the Ebeka, irrespective of who you are or where you live or which tribe you belong to. I don't care. No credit the Ebeka show. Thank you very much. Now, there's something we need to do. It's exactly 4:48. Time no call. Mr. S, Mr. P, I need to rush through some things here. Okay, Mr. P, we'll deal with it. Now, this is one thing so I'm person can wasem. There's one thing I've realized. Yatna Ghana ha mani pebia dada ya che. And I'm going to be very honest with Ghanaians. Since I follow NPP, BBD NPP chia benyini ye behu se sebio party no, sebio party where especially this group ejimi for the DNM no. Nya time pa NCA eye maami we ye friend no NPP. National Women's Organizer da. And I was telling my team, say, I'm one person, they be a for I want to analyze the way they think. But this lady called Kate Jimfua, but wako granting interview be. Na utie na no kasa. Any the level of ignorance associated with her. Na utie the level of weak analogy, the pronunciations, the way she basically makes sense out of whatever is in front of her. You get to know, say, we have really, really allowed ignorant people to lead us for a very long time. And I think, say, you go to say, what do you development? You go to Osi asanti pe ye pe development home. In go to Yebema Santia pe development. Obu pe. Now, this lady, Ghana, for your friend Kate Jemfua. Now, Wabeka Semi say, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia from day one, e-levy was supported. Yenini any hobby. Na me never yeni ho. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been the chairman of the economic management team. He has been the leader for the past 7 years. See, a cabinet meeting now. We President Fuwa, Mahmoud Bawumia, and the next. For some reason, this lady has come out and Obianim Kejemfua when it comes to Galamsey or Ghana. Professor Frimpong Boadu report na di dinwom on na ye Galamsey pa oka emma omo ye Galamsey a omo use omo ye Galamsey or one of those people. Now, ye nya time pan tie nkofo we, and this is the whole MPP emma ni nyina we na da no na ye kasa on the da no a on na nim kasa nim nyansa otumi boaboa ma no on na ye obi a sebio ye ntumi nkofa jimifo bia so medi MPP ma nyina no. This lady called Kejemfua, we all see her to be a very smart lady. But for some reason, I feel that there's a reason why the NPP, they have protected this lady. So many event and I was like, why? They said, oh, the reason is that this lady is the most ignorant buffoon when it comes to communication and as a leadership in the NPP. The reason why she became the National Women's Organizer was at the end of the NPP was because of the Galamsey Oye and buga buga. But when it comes to sitting her down and speaking like an intellectual, Odi a dominant party, she is the worst. It is a West India. They don't give this woman a lot of opportunities to speak on radio, on TV. Hardly do you hear her speak or sit among intelligent women to make a conversation or contribute. Now, moment here, the submission. Or see, Bawumia does not know anything about e-levy. Bawumia never supported e-levy. They are bringing up a new jandam, a new strategy to clean Bawumia or take him out of the mess. But anyway, we all know, say, Bawumia there, he's a mess. Bawumia supported e-levy 100%. We all know. Bawumia stood in public to campaign and say e-levy, and then the best is Ghana. We all heard Bawumia, so nobody can change our mind. But the NHM say, are these the people these are the kinds of people MP before to be the NDC attempt. Now listen to this lady critically. Netie asema oka, netie oba ni tonation, the level of thinking, the level of intelligence. Now we say, oh yeah, Ghana ni na say we mu na wuti o makoto abama MPP dia. Then you need to be careful. Now wait, MPP for wait. When I'm the person to Hanabizi no. Wait. Or see G levy, E levy, G levy. Journalist Jimmy for also to PCFM instead of you to ask her what was stopping Bawumia from coming out to say he wasn't part of the decision or the Jimmy to Nifu Adwa and the old cancel in Kwasia journalism. And it is a see here a year teacher licensure, the journalist licensure exams for Ghana. Oh, journalists now to Mami way, Krasini way about now, pam chan Jimmy way, Untumi Musana say, na Bawumia or Yakotre. Mahmoud Bawumia or vice president couldn't he have released a statement to say he wasn't in support? Now do Jimmy to and they all can somehow they don't scrutinize, they don't do anything. Now Jimmy say ya near tuna in Kofo 8 years, almost 8 years. Say Jimmy for the Diomaji. Intercontinental cabinet pam ten and what amuko Jimmy Moho cabinet na muko Jimmy Moho. So I get want to intro ni ding, I want to intro myself. We mu na Ghana yat now say yamfa yadi o minor show 7 years. Na so much cabinet pam omo to say enre eno mo bobo mu nsem. Abra eni etie na ye bre no. Na omo te cabinet Jimmy omo say G levy. Enye G levy, E levy. Krasini ba we mu betena TV so mu didi nkofo atam and hwe journalist also PCFM no or sha up and down I say otonkoleba e wo Benin border so instead of you to scrutinize and say hey lady without due respect Bawumia is a vice president, he is the head of the economic management team. What was stopping him? Now Ogajam said Bawumia could not come out to speak and then Bawumia cannot lead. Bawumia is not a leader enough to even speak for himself. Then it means Bawumia, basically when you vote for him, you are voting for Kufuado and Gabi Ochodako because Bawumia has nodded to them for 7 years. You can't tell me, say, Mahmoud Bawumia could not speak for himself. Then what you have been saying about Bawumia for all these years, say he is not his own man. He cannot make his own decisions. He will always have to bow and lick the dick of Otumfuo. So when we vote for Bawumia, he is going to put his mouth at the Otumfuo's dick and be sucking Otumfuo's dick. And we don't want to vote for Otumfuo again. And you sit there and say, "Any the old cancel, a gun and some ye can any bush and some." Now a whole national women's organizer. I bet now you got na parliament a cabinet na muko jimi mo ho. Now her propaganda bi oba beye. Se see the Aslan kwa and na one Bawumia nti enko pe Aslan ne Bawumia as vice president. A president and vice president kwasiafo. But you say 1992 politics e betu be nebium. Into agenda ni nyina say, "Oh, yanko prema Asla. Yanko ka say Asla so non support to E-levy moa. Monko tie de Asla kan." Enti ati kroma eni je de bia me ka say ye hia journalist licensure exams. Moi mini anoma santifo journalist amote te Ghana ni abroche general licensure exams there me yentwem mo ye hia licensure exams. The new NDC government needs to introduce that. They need to cancel this one and introduce that. Ni ahwe nkwase form dit radio so sir ye benya 10 mpo mu a 10 mini anoma kamfo a mo ye radio say ye trial and essential exams. Me I'm supporting that and I'll be willing to write it. Now where now see we are impacting knowledge. Teachers are impacting knowledge. You are also impacting knowledge. So what stops you as a teacher, as a journalist, from writing a licensure exams if you are supporting this nonsense? You are saying, and exams, and Mahama become MSc. If you are supporting, then you need to support and advocate. Say we need to introduce licensure exams for journalists in Ghana because it is looking like we are having problems. People are finding it difficult to understand our politics. The chaff is too much. I am advocating for journalist licensure exams in Ghana because a journalist sitting there and this clown, but now with him say pa bam 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 pa kwasiasem we have the men no, we have the women women no into agenda ni nyina say yenko kan kire Ghana for say I Asla any Bawumia nko support E-levy into ejimi yenyo mo president invite me boa. Why would you say the Ochichin Chine, our Edian, Sugaco per market, Abbott now, was Sias Brown, and I win him, Yakatana cabinet, and a pa, Intiana, Intiatina, yes, Sicano, and Quasiadia cabinet, or you know. Yet Tikromana, Yenia Sicana, cabinet number got no Giscan, and Quasiadia multi cabinet or a no, more bomb in some Sunday school kids. Inti engine, now Bawumia don't want to be Casamano. Into Otumfuo na untumi ntro myself no wona obe catch Ghana for say yenje Bawumia ndi wonpe E-levy yente na Bawumia ko ka say nyina ko support National Cathedral. Bawumia one day will turn around and say he does not support National Cathedral. Yente ya when Bawumia sorry say Ghana for nyina yemfu ejimi nkodi National Cathedral echi National Cathedral ko ti saying National Cathedral na ko ti saying we were here when you people said we should go and support E-levy enye E-levy E-levy. And a G-levy no, I say ko kontra G-levy no, uduku se Pentecost ni a eduache no, G-levy and G-levy, E-levy. You people basically force Ghanaians. Bawumia kan as the chairman of the economic management team. And the Bawumia nya she ofui, on sa fe de galamse ne ekeka ba wo ho. Won so wo be ko prison. Won so nkwase galamse a wo na time on e yaso. Into what muduku say the sebio be ya chew ewo akaporisu abetena say Bawumia de pam chine mo jimia manipa kura mo serious people. We were here when this clown supported the National Cathedral what is saying this is the nonsense ya anti-chroma also the E-levy Asla any Bawumia nkwa and unsupported and would you see a Jimmy Ohun mo you say 1992 politics the year in there. Let me show you something here. In fact, I don't want to waste time. Let me show you something here. I said then Asla ne Bawumia den Oman support E-levy. Now you tell one of the Bible until make E-levy asem che. Were we not here? Eddie who side way. What is this? Now you tell Asla den okay E-levy or say if you have more than 100 Ghana cedis to send in a day, then you are not poor. Then your E-levy conversation. Wasn't it E-levy? Kedjevwa asemwe kotre na kan Asla na kan. I'm asking you a simple question. Mojin say you Jimmy near Peace FM politics or Ghana how Moje say nyina yet say chairman wuntumi. Moje say nyina ye ntwe. One can say asem we. Aslo wo so tena radio so TV so ka kire say utumi send 100 Ghana wunye hieni. Go and send e-levy. Near to Kroma. What was she doing? She was even blaming the NDC for trying to stop the e-levy. Why would you say they are watching Chenchene? Abeke kan kwasi asema Jimmy ni nozo tuwaka say and they all can sembao. No questioning. 90% of journalists in Ghana waste. We need to write journalist licensure exams in Kwasasano Dawson. We need to clean the system. Now journalists are only nyansa kan kwasi ade oba wagina ni muka oba manaka. You people don't read. Mo pon ejuma re apetition. Any in kwasiamba pe na mo pe munsua de. You don't research. Moria ebose sa mo nyina mo bon kwan mo bon aben kwan ne nkrakra because you don't want to learn. You don't want to sit and read and do your research. In Kwasiye ni jantra into Mama MPP from Kwasiye, they have taken advantage of the people. It is not Oslo Usu. What was she saying? She was even blaming the opposition that was trying to stop e-levy. Now Oslo Usu or a small carpet. And we bet it so. And you know, you're a woman on her own. Why are you today sitting on TV as a whole national women's organizer? Oh, but what you say, you Jimmy. Or see us bra G-levy. Just someone Kwasiya Samoso. Because Kwame that's fight and a better someone Kwasiya Samoso or Ghana. Ya wakana mubuofu ye muadie na ekroba enso na journalist betina ho ama san kwasiafo abetara kasansem we Asla did not support Bawumia did not support inti enyina ye nyai de ye ne enkoto ma Bawumia otwe mumbu ya ye mumu man respect your intelligence. We will never respect you idiots. You first need to respect us. Samubu ye say ye to me a research ye nim de eko ye betuma hwe nsemu a we will respect you back. It is reciprocal. Na ana buji so bia Jimmy Sachema wuntumi. Buji so bia yo fui into bia sorry bedi Bawumia echi. Inti yanko tena radio so ni enkansem edisa 1996, 1998, 2002, 2004. Ni embetena ni yesade ekufu ado fui we ba no yenko yesade afa Bawumia somra. All right, let's move on. Yeah, the bedjum uja kwa. Now sa issue we mameka we bin chiramo. Torentco lacks financial capacity, credibility to take over tour. Menka hwasam kese Monday I will do an extensive job on this tour asamna abano. There's more to it. So bit say baby catcher said the Attorney General has saved Ghana. Catcher that person say he's a liar. Godfrey Dame has basically worsened Ghana for your position on this tour issue. Now, I'm for 1 minute being and on Monday with the documents are betrayal. These people are criminals. Napo or ye rough. Napo our agenda be say or better tour no they are in a campaign. I'm about me deep. Napo they don't care who. And the Ghana the most current thief criminal Napo. The Obani can say tour for eco sign contract to be partnership contract to be with company friend Torentco. Na Ghana buying ana Ghana Juma Kubia any a year Krankra ana Omafu Frubia Ebeye contractor. I will say a cratchy pagini, lawyer cratchy pagini friend, the Attorney General. No, he has to analyze the contract and then give advice that oh, this is a good deal, this is a bad deal. Now, what we have heard today, I'm not going to go far, is that the Attorney General says he does not support. Sorry, let me put it back. The Attorney General says he does not support this deal because he believes that Torentco, they lack the financial capability and credibility to partner Tor in this new deal. Now, Mamiya 1 minute to be now. Now, just a Monday na metna asem we so achiri mama mo. Sa Torentco for no. Mo kai say mbe sorry aka kire mo say. The reason why Tor can never or is not able to sign a contract to turn Tor into a refinery proper operational 100% is because Napo does not want it to happen because company now a tough one management person almost sign Napo is not in favor. Napo wants a company he has deals with to sign the contract with Tor. So every time you are Tor person sign contract, Napo will be an impediment. Now you know why the Attorney General is telling you say he does not support a Torentco financial and whatever credibility because although when he say Tor for any almost sign there is a problem on financially they are not clean and upon the SID way Tor can never sign a contract with any company. Abrenya Napodia. Napo has his own company he's dealing with, and he has promised them, say, or the deal ni be momo na oma manisika di acquire campaign. It's what you are seeing here. Now, Torentco way, omu route every Jubilee House. I mean, show, min kan nyina nchiro. Torentco way, Attorney General can say, oh, yeah, Torentco way, omu ni credibility, financially, no, omu ni capable of doing this. Torentco, no, omu links our Jubilee House, 1 or 2 people in the Jubilee House, right? And at the other company now, was say, Napo pese edi omobano. Sa company so Napo go for. Now the president himself, he has told Napo to make sure Torentco Funya deal with. Napo said no, because right now Akufo-Addo is a lame duck. They don't respect Akufo-Addo again. They don't want Akufo-Addo to get any deal. In fact, they don't want the Jubilee House to be deciding for them. Napo does not respect Akufo-Addo and the Jubilee House. He doesn't care. At this point, I can't not saying we have a new leader of the party. Right now, what they are doing is they are basically taking instructions from Bawumia's camp than Akufo-Addo and his Jubilee House. Now, the reason why Attorney General Betra they will say, Naponi Attorney General Enomokunaivi, because what they have to do now is say Attorney General Ama advice to say this deal cannot go on. It means the government will have to step away. That means Tor has to step away. Now, when Tor steps away, the only company left is what Napo has. And now, what is going to happen is that company will come in and Napo will have this deal. The Attorney General writing this is basically in the same ship with Napo. They don't want these people to have the deal. It is Napo's company. And Nitina, for a very long time, about 4 years, and now 3 years, Tor, a person sign contract be and fa own sa kwebine kufu adkofa by now. You see, no, a manager, a coaching abruchino, and Napo is setting it up because that guy, to be very honest with you, that guy had a clean idea, clean mind. He wanted to put Tor to work. If that guy is bad, for one thing I know, me checks, he had a clean mind to help Tor. But Napo didn't want that guy. And it's of course set a guy in Apple UK. According to UK the channel. And Napo ne say Jumano. Until the moment he got rid of Sakwano, then Napo got the free range to work. Now, Tiasia said the company na Napo peso de bano. Any company we know, this is the difference. I mean, this company, a friend of Torentco, what they were going to do is they were going to refine oil in Ghana. Let me tell you. Amo ankobo ba refining oil no. Nanka yenya ho faso. Na ponko fono were basically bringing the air finished product to Tor. This is the difference. Instead say we put Tor to work for it to refine our own oil and make good money. No, Napo doesn't want it to happen. Napo wants to bring his own company that is just basically going to bring finished products. Now, when they bring finished product, it means we are going to get less because Tor ejuma de nyina say I will say omutwa and one so and man be engwa say be obetumi different engo substance from. Now pompe so be say no. So he has no connive with the Attorney General to write a report to say the contract is not too clear to him. So right now technically we have no option than to stop this deal. Napo will bring his company. And we are going to lose money. Napo and his Bawumia Dems are going to make millions. And that is what you are seeing. So Attorney General is not saving you money. Attorney General is saving Napo for Napo to bring his company. Monday, Metwaso, I just wanted you guys to have an idea of what is happening. Akufo-Addo is out of the country. Remember what Chino said, one shot Napo might lose his position. I am not going to say he will lose. One shot Napo might lose the seat, the ministerial appointment, One shot Napo might lose it. Nana Akufo-Addo is furious. Nana Akufo-Addo is angry. Jubilee House is pissed off. Attorney General has a cut. And on Napo Akonaivi and almost say they don't like what is happening. Inti deal ne entumi nkoso. May ya same way catch them. Because say Napo is stopping every contractor at all. Person almost sign. Napo has deals when it comes to lifting of oil at all near there. Napo ne cars ne say nyina. In fact, as we speak now, Napo oil ne good tour containers. You know that. Okotos is here because Ghana you refining oil. Sa containers na water di nyina na and the menokasa na adwuaye ma wana oil de gum Napo Kennedy Japan oil ne gum. Into Ghana na unim dynamics na. Obega so Attorney General has written a report. He has saved Ghana. No, Attorney General has rather pushed you guys into the ditch. Right now they don't care about Akufo-Addo again. No, they don't care about Jubilee House. So they know what they are doing. Because Napo will never allow a deal to go through. Never. anything and I'm gonna think because when you we and today he feels to say he's so powerful, he's got so much money, he can lobby his way to become Bawumia's vice president. And those people he wants to send a deal with, no, I'ma catch and say the moment this deal goes through, he'll be vice president because the money is for them. Napo is stupidly rich in Ghana today, stupidly. Now Napo die estates out of Nigeria and South Africa. And again, Napo Muobia Kasati said Wabodam. Napo does not respect anybody. Napo unim sika Napo area or Ghana. Unim sika Napo kuta. Do you know how much Napo has? Tor ni na Napo dia. Napo he controls Tor. Recently you saw the Tor workers demonstrating. And fan hokra, they can do foco. And nobody can bring a company unless Napo brings his own company. Anytime you slow down on Monday, I will explain everything to you with documents. Now, where they say, when I saw the news this evening, it was funny to me. I was like, what is this comedy? This is basically Godfrey Dami or Otumfuo. Godfrey Dami, I did Godfrey Dami want to say, and people should not get me wrong. Godfrey Dami falls in the bracket of people with disability. Do you know that? Yeah. And Godfrey Dami is looking on. Our brothers and sisters are you free toll boot be Ghana yenti omo car and the omo demonstration are bomo. Mr. S, get me that video. And the people with disability are omo no mo toll boot omo finance ministry new roads ministry akoje mo pay akano ye push ye bomo gate. Do you know Godfrey Dami, without due respect, he's a disabled guy? Do you know he falls in that bracket, people with disability? Do you know that? But he does not care. Godfrey Dami is a disabled guy. Nen sebio nenai ekan wom kakra. Or Abrocha and Kobenya disabled benefits. You people have no idea, right? And then check how selfish he is. Godfrey Dami is a disabled person. And without due respect to disabled people, I am trying to let people know how Godfrey Dami has neglected his kind. Instead of him to stand tall and speak for them and make sure say Omo deny Omo of the right to live decent life, no Godfrey Dami does not care because Nigerian say or a lawyer no suit inti enuanom na Omo te wheelchair mu na no Omo te toboot edigiska no sebio de Omo di kwaya Omo de no Omo de Omo hu hia. Godfrey Dami is a disabled person. He falls under people with disability or Abrocha disability benefits. I'm telling you. So ask yourself, why has he decided to ignore them? People with disability, they are beating them to say nkwara. Ade ya oma yejuma ti omo sika mo say no. Omo ba ministry amo bo omo. This is under the MPP. Unya kwasi about say Dana Samana nam Ghana, me dey me bo nyuma MPP. The content say there okwo wo ayetia ne nenti. Kwasi asam sa na so Ghana. Ejimi phobia na so so na mo hye Bible echi. Hwe ne nyonko ba de ofem. Godfrey Dami or a person with disability say unhu da or nanti ma unhu da or no so ka wom or to say the way we mu, but he has refused to speak for them. Godfrey Dami wa Abrocha and koji disability benefits. I'm telling you, ebia unhu so nanti da dra. And these are the people living in Ghana. Yentumi nka omasem. The nonsense happening in Ghana, ye kan is ye mu ade. Na o ma amini anka be wo de. O ma amina nke ye ni say ya all because wa ye adwuma e na amwakwata ai ne nim say on tua ne sika mana o se da bi we bubu to buta o Ghana nyina makwase ya we nam Ghana ye nya ne hwe. We are losing money every single day. And you tell me I should do what? There's something called signal. Bawumia means somebody the president. Bawumia has overseen this nonsense. Bawumia has overseen this nonsense. Sebio when do munya nipa edwuma na mo ye musika wan na ekasa mo who is going to speak for them? The Attorney General himself, who is supposed to legally speak for these people, or a physically disabled person. He doesn't want to do it because he sees himself say, or different or just suit in tea. This is where we are now. Yanko enim what's the asla wusu and a supportee or supportee 11 sa jewfo we are one not some former make be Jenny Paul. Now most media for the journalists now radio so now more supporting kwasi asem we no munjai, and we will advocate, and I will be the first to write the exams. We need journalist licensure exams in Ghana. So I become mutan crowd radio so especially when you are can for the Akan media. We all need to support journalist licensure exams. Multi radios need to so can kwasi asem and then teacher for exams and a teacher for there. I'm no much there. Yes, you have exams. Into China kono moment no so topic say abino every 6 months biano all my teacher for one exams all my journalist for one licensure exams one pass here obey you and yan live Emma will score no the day you are writing you are seeing your score. We should be able to write it in a room where the score someone the guitar yeah try who score no yeah mark who score no sankabeka 10 crowd radio so e Ghana Emma mo di san kwase asam na mo so titi radio so mo kan no kra mo nkenkan mo nsua de identity kwase ampan bia radio nti mo to na mo twatro we will write journalism and censure exams in Ghana. Some say teacher for the me ntwem yetia ye betre de I am ready. It will be anjintum say obia so ready and we are going to write journalism and censure exams in Ghana. Ochina, it should be your topic. Move from a radio so almost a journalist voice. They see there or some so much exams and censure and munchrobi. Because teacher for impact knowledge, most impact knowledge. John Mahama needs to implement that. The NDC government, when they come to power, they need to implement journalist and censure exams. Now you see exams. Why one person ko fie kwada? Krasini bia betra so a journalist. Ofui bia betra ko Angel FM omguo obi ani certificate. Ko Angel FM na ko he. Rapist ni ade omni certificate omguo e na nkwase akeka. Ko Peace FM certificateless. Angel FM certificateless. Sankofo ni nyina we need to wipe them out of the system. Omuntina school them da anything about journalism. They can read and write. These people are going to read some dirty books. And omoda da nkofo. Moko Angel nkofo wo go asem ponchi. Certificateless. See afọ mo say de bia na benya chances ah. Entwimo bia o hwe. Yanko enim wedwa. Na Kevin Taylor jai. Obo dam. Now see this. You see KT Hammond on esi a oyem den on na ye mo minister obehye Alankole Chamantian, Minister of Trade and Industry or the asem foforo biaba, and I'm happy the minority they have rejected this ally. Hwe MPP for me abonsamo omo ya kromfo omo ye wifo mama dada, don't allow these people to lie to you. They were sneaking an ally into parliament and come kwa pass mra na mra no mko pass no omo ko pass mra ama omo ankasa edi omo ho enya omo ho yie ama sika be di omo nsem enti ende no se we Ghana ni na se nyoma mbebo si uton bia that minority NDC for ase ato forcing how they do sumo any NDC for more parliament no mo da mo nda omo ase na mo jimi mo ho no mo na ebo amo enda na dua endra KT Hammond of Akutikwaso and call the people be to parliament or no such a mensa bonsu and there was such a mensa bonsu. He does not do anything, he does not speak, he's just lobbying, he wants to be vice president. We did jantra form was swami nyina dia ko dun kan and onya hwe was swami when to manya interchange wanya hwe or vice president di into say is serious and no lobbying gwan or lobby and obo the crown kan bi udi that time crown kasa and the guys were bon crown kan bibia every say ohun say Ghana fo ejimi MPP fo ejimi oboso go di vice president into say there ya ne no onka ho asem toilet no sino swami no akopenti ho adan a o say chairman sabo supervise president di 2 times and a KT Hammond is sneaky a document into parliament and ko okoshemra and NDC for said da Ghana for ho adwen pa and John Mahama oye leader what say enkwasi ade bia betwem wo ha yen stopping no, so they stopped it and then agri cry KT Hammond try another one. KT Hammond tried another one to basically send a document to parliament and ko pass mra na ni nyina e the Minister of Trade and Industry KT Hammond has explained that business owners who intend to import goods on the government's proposed import restrictions bill are expected to make a request to the Trades Committee of Parliament for approval. So I'm for Kevin Bechim, what Bechim, so I'm for a so many Dean Kevin Bechim, oh Bechim, oh, then Muti Kevin Bechim, Difu na Kevin Bechim, Mammy Chechim. Yes, see, a MPP are buying KT Hammond or D a year Ministry of Trade, I don't know. Wakotam krata bia ba se opese eyemra na samra no opese o shega na fokete o se sia no nyoma bi wo ha obekra ba Ghana uni ho kwan e wo se oba bibi e frɛ no Trade Committee ho na obeka kyerem se oh trade committee a mo nkran me pese me kokra bentoa na bentoa no mo nhwe se se me kraba omo anje ntuma o bentoa adwuma na wo ye no so ame no egu oh me pese me kofa mo na emo na pese me kofa no trade committee for mo nhwehwe me nkratem se me ni hu kwan se me kofa mo a ende emo no into trade committee no mo te wo no secretary Japan ba na o ka so pese kofa prego 100,000 pieces ba MPP trade ministry ketia mo so kede Japan itali kwampo de enhwe ne asan na wo komna frempon a wote swami a wota kofa ties wo te swami akofa ties no MPP panyini a onu suwo mo so kofa ties na mo bia de document kwa hwan ne ebegire de atum so kofa ties ne mbra ma wadwini nya adwuma na ma menkire mo nyoma a MPP aban under Bawumia as leader or the chairman of economic management team no nyoma almost say and there were Ghana na so person ko krebi free eba Ghana efra bruchira e wo se oba na obegye den oba na obegye eho enkrata efri den efri MPP aban ho ansa na wotum di aba Ghana almost say mo amokra emo intende se na pokra mo Kennedy kramo anase ebia Alankole Chiramanten kramo anase Stika Maame kramo anase ebia education minister na ye kramo e say education minister the company e frɛ no Lamens na nipa na omko kra mofo na ba no omo kramo na sa wo so ekɔ kramo na modmi no demokrata akoto KT Amon MPP fu enima wo aboofunu no wo ni MPP ni hwan na ebeyi no ye beyi MPP ni ne jawo nti wadwuma na gu yanko enim Moi mokra eyemuade eba Ghana yesisesi na de eyemuade na so tro ho nkrata me se afi we ye nyina be tro licensure exams eyemuade fo nyina be tro licensure exams obia be tro exams o Ghana some mo me ntwam mo se mo mpene licensure exams mo amoton eyemuade ene gya mo ohun ne hirawa o we de be boso e ne ade mo amokra ba no o so mo tro letter mo tro letter tintintinti ko kirem e de won krata akogu pono so ma NPP for committee Ministry of Trade Committee Trasi. Near King Kawon Krata, no, I say, okay, my dear for the licensure exams ma pass and son work of you, my dear Naba. Yet you cruma you. Or so say, me jelly in a watch them, more mokra a ye en coco and poultry. Ha, this is La Bianca. Now, all La Bianca tried the Akoma KTM on committee. Now, also, I would see a so many. Also, the offer and coco. Also, I tried the Akoma KTM on La Bianca or no sponsor MPP for campaign. Oh, ne La Bianca, why did the manako? Oh, would you manage? I'm say La Bianca and Kwana Beko. MPP, NDC for some penny. Now, you go anymore. You see, animal and vegetable oil. Muamuti a Malata market. Muamuti KJT market. Amoton vegetable oil. Ye Mawa Germany. Omdi vegetable oil. Never you see here. You better run krata. You better license exams. Into what would KJT to see over a vegetable oil. Every China deba ana Europe deba the see ano also truck krata tin chirem misika sem nie sika se da bank nyoma mekofa ba no batch number nie nipa free omhoba nie de eboa nie ema wani te ema wano ya kono se MPP women's organizer enso efa anwani bi na ordinary so de krata koma committee na MPP for omoti committee ni so no otwen ombeyi wudie na so meyi MPP ni de no ye beyi MPP ni de no nti ye chirechirem that means se wodwuma de gu Imagine ya owura yire don tor boabo no ha coffee pan or ya kondo ada otade fit pan ni wholesome bread fat o ma pan ye so yesimo so mo fanti new town okumase a sebio bokofa magiri ba e de besi kejeti aboton kakran no esi a so munya mo chiro exams me si afi ye nyina be chiro exams e yie kura ye be chiro exams semo pe Bawumia no ni moves no de chire mo no Bawumia no afi na oyi ni colors chire mo onyanya president no ne nko mo support no man be flag bearer no moves no mu yi chira mo no inti muso amoto margin yesi mo so mo chole tatintintin inti MPP for omo eye Western Regional Chairman for ne yire eso de margin ba na wo tro o committee komaro committee na MPP chairman Western ne yire so tro koma committee ya hwese be yi wudi ana se be yi chairman yire de ene down wo dwumegu mo amode free juice calipo nana calipo mo amode calipo mo kofa calipo no you say mo better mo kofa calipo so a wo say mo chro ho committee report na MPP for mo to no say bia asonyine so chairman ne yere so kofa calipo ni bi ana free juice ni bi every bia Cambodia ya hwese e be yi ne de ana se e be yi wo de me omo we dey no elimination by rough tactics ye be chiro say ye jimi afi last hour no twom metwim mu no soft drink so sa mo so amokofa soap any detergent mo amokofa so clean any den ladder soap sunlight apino soap mo nyina mo be chro letter eso bia awsa mo ti ase sa nyama melisti MP bia busuani fa bi mo be bre rough na de ya wo mu ne se omo se yensem enso obohu se ho be kire wodwuma be gu ye wi ani aba technicalities no menyandu technicalities o me kire o mo a muntumi mfa sa anyoma we mra sa anyoma wo betum de aba kire wa twra koma committee MPP for da so motor cars mineral water noodles and pasta ye game boys as one she ye say yi for no indomie for no so ye say kire e ye kire committee report and san e be me ye kwa kofa indomie aba omo gu adwuma ni nyina so mo ko omo kire mo so mo jimi chen mo Mombompa ma NDC fo me no ka say 2 times NDC a stop it ntinka na na dwinka to force ne nkofo nkoma anko parliament anko yi omani a anka eye NPP Bawumia MPP no anka mo de we abaye mra sesi amu hope aka eye NDC fo ene emu hope mo amudi sa adwa we nyina amu hope eye NDC now mo amu ya ceramic tiles mo de ba no so mo so metro committee report corrugated paper and paper board most of them mosquito against the winding mosquito call for one for mosquito call report akakoma MPP committee and sana ya den ya jia tumsem nkofamra iron and steel mo for iron any steel so do ba no mo report plastic and plastic product mo amode plastic product bia bagana bia no esi ano also mo report ekoma committee ansa na wetima akra abagana cement so ka ho mo kra cement bagana no also mo report ekoma cement committee do mo chechim fish ai jevufu abesie e levy e levy enya fish yene fish ya wi ya almost say mo kra fish ba no mo ba also mo report ekoma committee inti nipa edu e be report na committee na hwem de ne nkrata amu ye no na aka say wo de obetima akra wo ntumi nkra inti hwem a MPP for 8 ani amomo mo amu ye 2 na ye hu bia mu firi no yes mo de mo ptiro kakra mo nkrata sam nye sa na ye be ye no ye ko enima mo sa de eye sugar e ba no commander sugar factory si wo alan ko chemantin afafranto onu ahwede afafranto keke afafranto nwa hwede na oma commander sugar factory nyadwuma afafranto se lala di timu ne de afafranto yesi onko dua sugar keke ahwede keke na oma commander sugar factory nyadwuma afafranto se onye nti yesi ano as we sit here Mr. S, why people they insult me? Okay, clothing and apparel mo amudi force ba ai mo ko say China nyoma ba mo so we dey free Belgium you say amu nyama metro report now nim dey yawum nyina say mo amudi biscuit mo amudi bona biscuit ba mo amudi Magvitis diversus biscuit ai Magvitis no and no and iskafo awade ye ne de ko iskafo mba ye ne de Magvitis eko awade ehianfo mba no de bona mo amokra biscuits Magvitis ene bona ene abedi peli abedi sa mu nyina mo be committee report this year there exams will be abetro this year lansanshire exams mo amoso mo de can tomatoes edema Ghana intos egu borambumi okay then Mr. S do the correction for me please Mr. S anti muso tomatoes mo amudi tomatoes ba Ghana delay mo mo so be report delay week bi obe report say delay dey enimu no on the sisi ano on onim MPP for nti delay be fa o ntumi mfa in dey say dey adakwa no omamudi ntos ba no ntos ebugo nkom no say delay bi say omkọ a dey ye no abrochire no omudi akotata no omudi aba nti delay mu nyina sisi ano dey ade be ne say sisi delay obejai awaresem ka every say oni expertise wo hosa in dey say over the concentration about writing of the report out of the committee no because delay entumi wasting the time was obeke kan kofo aware ho nsem ebusebusa nkofo questions aware ho because on worry that it is on the concentration more ebeko eye paper no so say ne obetuma kiro the report no e dey ama committee no ma or the delay mackerel no more about delay no business woman delay tomatoes no because you see an delay on share nya time enko kan kofo aware ho nsem na waware e na yere den abro on ware it delay say say no obetwam oni sa time ni bi ada obeware no obedi aware ho nkomo but you see an on share ni aware experience bia esi ano esi awuhwe bukra akora bia wo Jesus or boyfriend no sebio experience change delay about relationship the delay on wasting the time sa our relationship delay ever be waste time more on the reporter or be tro ama sebio committee no ama ne tuma kofa nyoma sa na tie. Now the question here is sa nyoma we ya KTM on MPP for say yencho report ansa ne akofa no say sa nyoma no omo gofo de omo report bana say committee na njantuma. Do we have substitute? You bet me nya sa nyoma ni bi o Ghana na. I want to ask how many companies and produce a more Ghana. Now say your companies are more produce a more Ghana, can they meet the consumption level? The number of people a more ye dino say sebio ende omo kofa nyoma e more abrochiri ye say ye mo ho kwan e mo kofa mba because omo committee ni say omo report nya. Ye busa say Ghana tumedua mu to the point say sa companies on kofa emo ban ye twa emo no inflows no and I say importation of emo na sa Ghana aban no your companies on betume feed Ghana na is one question. Sa nyama ma listening na, do we have the substitute? Are we producing them in case people say we cannot bring them? Can the economy, can it sustain? Will we be able to make sure say sa nyama no abeshemu ana ye obi? And these are simple questions. Anwa and I say vegetable oil. How many companies they produce vegetable oil in Ghana? And the omo mokofano. So when to meet criteria and I say ama ye bet me ayebi or Ghana ma ye diana. We are talking about sugar as we speak. Say the omo mokofano no eye abroche sugar bano say sebio sisi say commander sugar factory na nyejuma. Say an yenhye ni eye a sugar processing factory e bet me meet the consumption e Ghana. In the say na omo person mokofano say corner say committee no and grantee omo na say yeduma nkofa nyoma no and say most of them get out of business. Do we have a substitute your the amount to basically subsidize and I say eba be shem say ne be ya ye betumi aboy e brase bi ekona na. These are questions that yebusa akoko say as we speak poultry nkukwa and companies omo Ghana, how much poultry are they producing? Can they basically feed the whole of Ghana? The MPP for you know, and no na JJ Rollins by 1979, ebetu ni 90 mu. And then your friend Kalabuli. Some people are going to manipulate prices of goods and services. Some people are going to take advantage of this kind of law, say pasia, because 2 or 3 people can decide, say, yeni edi sugar kesieba Ghana. Now yeni edi sugar kesieba Ghana, ye be di sugar ne ba, yeni ebe chire ebo a woso tono. Semwen tuma tono sa, yen ton. So basically, Adia JJ Rollins by now be preventing 1979, 1981. No, this is the same thing as UG Fowe. MPP for and no UP for no, they are reintroducing Kalabule no into the system. Inti ebedrum pempenso bi no obedru kumase yes oh sugar there storm yan sewi pen na obenya bi etu oho. They are manipulating. Now sugar and cause ton konko baako 1 Ghana no and the oko 3 shops ni nyina omo nya miensa ni nyina danfofo omo nyina 25 Ghana. One ta unya sugar ni bi enkoye opa no. So basically MPP for the Kalabule ni saiba, and this is the Kalabule in different dimension. How? These people are basically destroying the country. Kalabule na moti mrebi na JJ Rollins omo si JJ aban wa stop Kalabule obebom maame obebom papa and obitumi kasa na JJ osunyane JJ otakrade JJ wakumase JJ Rollins baako okode ho gara ko bu obia sa Kalabule na mudidi JJ Rollins atem sa moto se JJ obebom na maame obetwa maame ahemu no and the MPP no mu UP no asa ko for Kalabule na ba mu UP ni ko for Kalabule na ba because what is going to happen is say ye nipa ko kakra bi betuma komo ho abom oh ye de nipa 10 you see ane ye be manipulate the vegetable oil price into nipa 10 no ye nko an e betuma maneuver na politicians we aye den am a chance me akofa ye kofa ba ye de be decide price no Now remember, this is going to also bring up a lot of corruption issues because muti committee ni so no se me committee ni so na madam fo ne Kwame Sefa kan na Kwame Sefa kan ne yere minim se ne yere company ni a de bi oba megina tum enso se me chiri obi te se John Mahama yere a minim se John Mahama yere nua company ni or the ba ya njintum. So they are going to be selective. And this is dangerous because what is going to happen is say they are going to kick people out of business, and now they are going to allow some people to manipulate the market. Kalabule na yakanina. This is how they are starting the kalabule. MPP no, Bawumia MPP na the kalabule bro. And the only party wow because Enrane and the KT Hammond tried to make this a law or yes or bemana yemra. NDC for now stopping no. The same as e-levy. In kwasiafo di e-levy by NDC for careers in nyama nyina se enye moment stop it. So that time na Harry Idris, he was the leader of the minority. He stood up and said no. We sat in Ghana and some journalists on radio stations equia pocky and in kwasiafo moka adai ye tax the tax be bo man e-levy this way and the e-levy this way. And they are starting this nonsense again. On say kwasiafo also some licensure exams. Journalists also some also my ID. Right now they are targeting your companies. They are targeting Manu Diane. They are targeting your companies. Some good company no deliberate. And almost companies go with some person go and each one yes way because someone decide sell the number and some of your member. The NPP government will decide. Ekufuado, vindictive Ekufuado, Bawumia or ignorant about everything. No, they are now going to decide who brings chicken to Ghana, who brings oil to Ghana, who brings food to Ghana, who brings sugar to Ghana, who brings what. So now they are going to manipulate the system. And KT Hammond, as greedy as he is, on the committee, he will make sure say a gentleman for no mudanyina and the importers and exporters. Yes, because the gentleman need Baba can say, "I, Mr. Horse, I want to go and bring sugar." I will bring a letter to the committee and tell the fools there, let her go and bring. We will be sitting here, a gentleman will be billionaires, and legitimate businessmen will all collapse because we have manipulated and monopolized Ghana business, and this is where we are heading. Mesi anadwumu koda mommo mpayama NDC fo. Na monkamo nya NDC ahu. Kasa nkwasiafo ya omdi slogan nam no komo wie mu. Senkofo we free power. The NDC should be brutal to make sure they dissolve the NPP. Mesi dey Senkwasiafo we free power. The NDC must be brutal. Anything they can do to collapse the NPP, they have to collapse it for them to reform it again. Because it's looking like party a criminal entity. And you look at the party is not ready to help Ghana in any way. So we need new crop of people to come up and build a new NPP. Into every single thing also Ghana for you need a good criminal entity. Also a guno. So you never go join for Franto. You never go join for Franto because in Kwasia same way a friend MPP it's a criminal entity. It's a criminal organization. They are terrorists and crazy people. Oh my Jimmy Dodo. Now, Baba be editorial of the day. Before I go on, let me postulate from the Franz Fananium dictum, which stipulates that the dialectics of reconciling two conflicting ideas is the algebra of revolution. The overbearing intervention of the state government has further exacerbated oporumpium and amounting to psychodemocratism, acrimony, and chaos in our community. It was a contumelious stratagem by political jobbers to siphon monies. We suffer what we call political activia neonantorum. Conclusively, we are a macrocosm. We are a microcosm of the issue in the Niger Delta at the microcosm. Today, we as a people are stating Voxe Populi, Voxe Dei. After this short, sold the Kufuado to us. A generation told us that the Kufuado is the most intelligent lawyer in Ghana. A generation told us that where a Kufuado is coming from, he needs nothing from Ghanaians. A generation told us a Kufuado is coming from an elite elite family. Ekufuor is coming from a family that is well-to-do. Ekufuor is coming to serve Ghana. This group of people, 60, 70, they are the ones. In Tianko back 10 years, the Kwekubakus upward, they are the ones who have brought us here. Because we were not given the room to be asking questions. We were not given the room to also be asking, why was this? Why did this? Who did this? What was the motive? What was the end game? We were never asked. Even in our books that we were reading in schools, they did not give us the opportunity to ask, why did this happen? So we have been selective about our history, and some people have taken advantage of it, and we still have these callous, dangerous old people in Ghana today, and they are the ones making it difficult for us today. Because it does not matter how you have educated yourself. It does not matter how exposed you have become. History is one thing. Say obi Jeffrey wa e say obi catch or say o maame oni nyini abedru ha no onya o maame. It's tough to accept. That is how history is. So obi catch or say Sebio, with all due respect, Otumfuo no chi e de sikedwa kofi baaye fitu nkwara brem wate. Now one day obi catch or say it is just a myth, a story. It never happened. It is tough. And they say I catch us o maame nya o maame. It is tough for you to believe. It's going to take you a long time. You might not even believe it because you grew up with that sunk in the brains. You believe in it. You have formed an attachment to it. You have formed some kind of soul attachment. So it becomes difficult for you to say, no, it's a lie. No, so there are a lot of myths that they have created in our heads, and we grew up with it. At a point in life, some people were finding it difficult to even stand in public to say Samira Wunini because they didn't want to be attributed or linked to JJ Rawlings or linked to the NDC. It is recently that you hear people say, I am an NDC and I'm proud to be an NDC. I want to sit on radio and defend the NDC. So there are people who are asking people, now what brand here fine say now you're NDC? That is how it is. Because there's a group of people, and your fault, they have been built and brainwashed to the point where it is beginning in their life, in their head, you are not supposed to be part of NPP, NDC. You see, it is only recently that a Voltarian can sit on TV and say, I am a blood NDC because it is even recently that a Voltarian can sit on TV and say, me NPP ni. At a point, Voltarians are no more NPP, no more quiet. They could not speak because they have been linked to the JJ Rawlings tribe. You don't belong to their camp party. And for the NPP to come out and say, Dr. Bawumia, we have basically brought out somebody that is basically going to show to the world to say, we the NPP are not tribalistic. They have even made things worse. It is you justifying so when you're Otumfuo, and are you justifying so when you're Jantreni, Abraya Kohuo, say Ujina Kwanhua, Bema, Afwa Tunakamu, and Wakodaba. It is difficult. Now they have made it difficult for the NPP because now, by force, bringing Bawumia was basically to put something in the heads of people, say, you're tribalistic, but it wasn't because of Bawumia's competence. If it was about competence and people who believe in the philosophy, ideology, and also believe in the MPP philosophy, they would have chosen die hard in and out NPP. Need to say Alankuyo Chamantin. Yes. Let's see. If it was about bringing somebody who believes in the philosophy and principles of the NPP, they would have gone for Alankuyo Chamantin, irrespective of his tribe. But at that point, Omu who say the party has done too much. The party has basically veered off the ideologies. They are more of a tribalistic party, so they needed to defend themselves. So they had no option than to skew the elections to do what? To favor Bawumia, face-saving elections. Send Abe Rebecca say, and the Bawumia the MPP anymore. MPP enye Entafo enye Asantefo party. It does not matter the name they call you in KJTia. So your man Prusini near fro John Evans, and I fro Kevin Taylor, and I fro Richardson Allen. Oh your man Prusini. One day we'll be back at you and say, hey, Tenya Boa. It's a fact. It does not matter how you carry yourself at KJTia and speak pure Ashanti language, Akani Kasa. It does not matter how long you have lived in the Ashanti region. One day, Obi be call him say, Jan Kwasi ade no montafo ni bi mo ha adwene. He wants to know, he wants to tell you yenimu ase. So the branding of Bawumia all over the place and making it look like say NPP changing face, it has worsened the case of the NPP. Now this brings us to the editorial of the day. It's exactly 6:05 p.m. in Ghana. That is 11:05 in Ghana. Now my mention will end the story, and why it is important we do this today. Now, NPP now self-serving. It's time for change. Now, before you ever call some ways, Bawumia Samoa, I MP da, I the director of communications for the NPP da, and there you see a permanent for NPP mu. You busan say what's your reaction to your sack from the NPP? I said the NPP now self-serving. It's time for change. I say NPP ne si wono nipa bi na sebio dibo omonkwa embraso si e best NPP no we oye in and out blood born NPP ni wabeja to say NPP no, it is not serving all of us, it is serving some individuals. Who is the leader of the NPP? Or catch say and the NPP no ya yama clan bi nipa ku bi Bawumia ne Kufuor mo, it is serving only them, it is not serving the interest of Ghanaians. Now, recently, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia echoed stream, and he went there to do his usual thing, his comedy. Now, omo ye rally kakra ewo a year northern region. There's one thing we need to understand. NPP for a very long time, they have not really had anything concrete on John Mahama. Now, anytime they get the opportunity to speak and tell Ghanaians what they can do, their best shot is to go and insult John Mahama indirectly and create some perception. Say, John Mahama is greedy, he's a criminal, he's a thief, but they have never been able to come out with any concrete evidence. One typical example, a young man called Samira Uku. Samira Uku today in Ghana, I was saying any woman, any young lady, and they auto a sanitary pad at this price, any woman should not vote for Samira Uku, any contest that he contesting. No woman. You know, when the NPP was in opposition, the propaganda against the NDC from Atamil's time, Ebedu John Mahama's time now, it was too heavy, it was too big for any political party to survive. In fact, if John Mahama had won the 2016 election, it would have been one of the biggest surprises in the history of this country or in the world, because every single thing was pointing their finger or fingers at the John Mahama administration or the NDC as a political party. They did not have a chance in winning that election because the media, the clergy, the statesmen, the traditional leaders, young and old, people have been incited to the point whereby no matter what the NDC did under Atamils and John Mahama, people were just not ready to vote for the NDC. Because when you check all the things John Mahama and the NDC, they did, the infrastructure, the way they were able to manage the economy as compared to today, the transparency in governance compared to today, the way the president with small amount of money, the government, were able to transform this nation, building regional hospitals, schools, roads, and all that. You were not expecting the NDC to lose an election. But at the end of the day, the NDC lost. And the NDC lost because the people had been programmed. When I say the people, we the voters, we had been programmed not to basically see anything the NDC was doing. So it made it easy for the NPP to sail through. And somebody like Samira Uku was at the right place at the right time, because that was the time the propaganda ship had sailed, and he was one of the captains as the youth organizer of the National New Patriotic Party. So every single statement Samira Uku made then made sense. He didn't have to work too much. All that he had to do was to incite the youth to always be energized to vote against the government. So at a point, it got into the heads of people like Samira Wuku in the NPP. They thought that they had done magic to take power from the NDC to give to the NPP. So you realize that as time went on, Samira Wuku and his likes became gods in the NPP. Those who did not know politics that much and had not followed politics well, it was after Akufo-Addo's coup against Afoko and the NPP hierarchy, that was when the Akufo-Addo boat sailed. The media at one hand, they did everything possible to clean Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo was not given to the public to scrutinize. Mahama Bawumia was lecturing without being questioned. So they had actually set the pace for that propaganda boat to sail. And Samira Wuku then found themselves at the right time by sitting in that boat. So as a youth organizer, whatever he said made sense. Even though majority of the things he said were stupid, they were tribalistic, they were statements that could turn the country upside down. People still saw those things as wise sayings. So it got into the heads like in the heads of Samira Wuku. It got into the head of somebody like Samira Wuku. So he started feeling that he's untouchable. Without him, the NPP can never win elections in Ghana. So when you go into the NPP right now, Samira Wuku walks in the NPP with his shoulder high, thinking that he can win any election the NPP goes into. Because in 2012, 14, 15, 16, the boat that was carrying the propaganda machine had sailed and he was lucky to be part of it. And that is what is happening now. Now, when Samira Wuku gets the opportunity to speak on issues and policies, all that he does is to attack John Mahama. And what he does is he creates this impression that John Mahama is somebody who has been able to fill every position and he does not have the right to fill any position in Ghana again. In fact, he always tries to indirectly insult Mahama to tell the people like John Mahama ni bradie or a Otumfuo into the person of Sabedi power. Samira Wuku in his political life has not held any serious political office before. Let us be real here. Samira Wuku is relevant in the NPP. Samira Wuku has not held any position out of the NPP that is more intense, more demanding, more politically demanding. He has never been there before. The biggest job Samira Wuku has held in his life is to be the boss of NLA. And I'll come to the NLA scandal very soon. So Samira Wuku has built something in the NPP, making people think that he is the only young man. When Akufo-Addo was in opposition, he was the one who brought NPP to power. So right now, Mahama Bawumia thinks that if he uses Samira Wuku or makes Samira Wuku the face of his campaign, the youth in the NPP will rush to his campaign, follow him, and vote. Remember, Samira Wuku did not win election 2016 for NPP. NPP won the elections because the whole nation, every single institution that was supposed to speak and ask questions, turned against the NDC government. So it was easy for Samira Wuku, who was part of that ship, to sail through. Now, Sadia, they didn't need him. Samira Wuku said he's an intelligent, untouchable politician in Ghana. He can even go a step further to insult John Mahama any single day he gets the opportunity to speak on Ghana politics. And the same, and this whole thing happened when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said, Nanado Dankwe Akufo-Addo, Bawumia na odene beye no running mate na Akufo Kronwa Bawumia Boma Akufo enti Akufo-Addo kofa Bawumia eba MPP mu. Now, this is where it gets murkier. Papa ne kasa no say Mahmoud Bawumia time Akufo-Addo kofa ne ba no, he was not a member of the NPP. In fact, na omo party nimra no, the party rules and regulations actually say the person has to be a member, not just a member. That person should be a card-bearing member in good standing for 5 years. All these things, Bawumia did not even please one. That means party na eye NPP for the anankasa no. Oma no ye NPP mapano, they were sidelined. And Mahama Bawumia, who did not have a card. So if Bawumia was not a member of the NPP, and the NPP had to break the rule to bring Bawumia in to be Akufo-Addo's running mate, then it means Bawumia was illegally brought into the NPP. So say Yakase Obiti say Alankode Chamantin. Yeka obi to say Kennedy Japan. They deserve to lead the NPP than Bawumia, because they have been party members over 5 years in good standing. They are in and out born NPP for. But this is the situation where they said Otumfuo to catch them must say yem breaking law no na yem for Bawumia mra for one reason, and the reason was that Bawumia, he is going to manage the economy, nothing more, nothing less. So Bawumia was just coming to make sure that the dollar are now 4.2 no today no and go say be 1.3. Bawumia's job was one: we are going to break the law. You are an illegal component to our party. Your first step in joining the NPP was illegal. And what is illegal is illegal. It does not matter whether it takes 30 years or 40 years. Bawumia's entry into the NPP was illegal. Ever seen there? Say, you're found or not, or you're illegal. It does not matter after being illegal, trying to pay your dues. Your first entrance into the party was illegal. It as we speak, the NPP today, they are fielding an illegal candidate, and today the born NPP for Omakuma any Omubibia NPP, they understand the philosophy and the party, the people who follow it. You know, Sanko for to say Alankujo Chiramanting, Kennedy Japan. At the end of the moment, they have sidelined them and they have brought an illegal person to be the running mate for Otumfuo just because of one thing. Bawumia adikudientia your man illegally enter NPP and say yes no, or you're good with economics. Now the question here comes to credibility. Credibility. Some NPP ni mapa. Now me the NPP to me home. I talk to people. I'm a pure NPP. I need an NPP. The NPP to understand what NPP wants, to understand what NPP needs, so that say a mami to me metia say NPP ni na wo kwada so no otemase if you say me free ne frumam ene yede me bedi anim. Now we need to understand Bawumia's job was one: come do one job, the economy. What you did for Kufuor. Remember, Mahamudu Bawumia papa NDC ni. Mahamudu Bawumia papa JJ Rawlings the first chairman of the Council of State. Mahamudu Bawumia papa NDC for the man the ambassadorial job and the two kwa abruchiri representing Ghana. Mahamudu Bawumia papa obeye MP because of the NDC. So Mahamudu Bawumia NDC ni ba pampa mapa. Before Otumfuo kofa Bawumia could have gone to take NPP card, but he did not like the NPP. He had always felt he belonged to the NDC. But because Otumfuo cast obe breaking rule no, obe wana ko ra NPP mu illegally no, Bawumia out of greed no, he said yes. Now inti say can see today in Ghana, when a young man like Samira Wukujina stage so, now I say John Dramani Mahama, we the assemblyman, we the way, I didn't charge John Mahama person the president. The question here is, where in Ghana's history did anybody see that John Mahama any position that Audi, you know, he illegally got that position? Now that is what we are going to do today. And now you understand why the NPP are scared to see John Mahama come back to power, because he has an unfinished business to finish. Now see, this is John Dramani Mahama. I am yet to see any lecturer, professor in Ghana come out to say John Mahama is an illegal commodity. He basically paid his way to become this person, and why today an illegal candidate wants to lead Ghana. John Dramani Mahama, whatever he has achieved in life, basically he worked for it. Remember, John Mahama was MP for Bole Bamboy 1997 to 2009. Till date, nobody had come out to say John Mahama did not have a membership card of the NDC. John Mahama was an in and out and is still an in and out member of the NDC. That is how a Manutumbe Winnie parliamentary seat or Bole Bamboy. So John Mahama's first introduction into Ghana politics, you know, he legitimately, legally acquired a party card to be an MP. The ticket of that party, you know, he legally acquired a card. That means John Dramani Mahama has never illegally slaughtered or been slaughtered to occupy a position in his political career. That means he has earned every single position that he basically in his political life he has occupied. Now, Deputy Minister for Communication 1997 to 1998, J.J. Rawlings made him Deputy Speaker of Communication. The question here is, where did you ever hear that John Mahama paid money to become Deputy Communications Minister? No. It is through his selflessness. It is through his service. Remember, John Mahama being Deputy Communication Minister under J.J. Rawlings. Now, there were people who were equally better than Mahama or good or at the same pace as Mahama. Why did J.J. Rawlings choose a young Bolibamboy MP, his first time, to become a Deputy Communications Minister? It is his job. And nobody in Ghana can sit anywhere else and say, John Mahama, he illegally was slaughtered to become a deputy. And now JJ Jiska, and now the NDC sat down and said, wait there, he does not qualify. But let us break the rule and make John Mahama a Deputy Communications Minister. Nowhere in Ghana. I want you to understand something. John Mahama, whatever service or position our occupy or Ghana, no, it was acquired through hard work and legitimate means. When you compare John Mahama's political life to Bawumia, you will realize and say Bawumia basically from day one, he was illegally slaughtering the NPP, and today as we speak, he's an illegal candidate. Into your NPP now, because Bawumia your candidate, you are basically saying you have basically parading an illegality for us to believe a criminal, because Bawumia was criminally slaughtered in a law was broken. Ye boomra any the Bawumia beshawo. Now when you come down, Minister for Communication 1998 to 2001, John Dramani Mahama, it was through his work. And Abanika said, I need to add another position. John Mahama had competitors, colleagues who were also good in communication. But J.J. Rawlings said, no, I will still want to make you what? I still want to make you the substantive minister. That is 2008 to 2001. Now, you need to understand, from MP to Deputy Communications Minister to Communications Minister from 1998 to 2001, John Dramani Mahama had gone through the mill. Nobody in Ghana politics can sit anywhere else and say John Mahama got this cheap. It was through service. It was through his hard work. And internet, different regimes came and said John Mahama is of use. He did not forfeit anything. Nobody broke any law. He wasn't forced onto anybody. John Mahama was given all this position because a Juma or Yeno, now politicians, old and young, were recognizing his job. Now you understand. Now, Oba Director of Communications, NDC 2002, John Dramani Mahama became the Director of Communications. Minority Parliamentary Spokesperson on Communication from 2001 to 2004. The MPs in Parliament, they all sat down on the NDC side and said, this guy, he has been a Deputy Communication Minister before under Rawlings. We know his work. We have followed his work. We, the MPs in Parliament on the NDC side, we think this young man is good when it comes to communication. So in Parliament, they made him the communications boss. John Mahama did not tell anybody to force himself and make him the communications boss. I'm yet to hear anybody to say John Mahama went to call somebody to force somebody in Parliament from the NDC group to make him by force the communication spokesperson for communication in Parliament. He didn't. There were more senior, most MPs who could have done that job, but they bypassed all these people and said, this young man, we have seen his job from J.J. Rawlings' time. This young man, we are not going to break any law. We are going to make him the spokesperson in Parliament in terms of communication. He can do the job. Still, John Mahama, nobody has come out to say he was slaughtered. A law was breached. A law was broken to give John Mahama a way to become the parliamentary spokesperson for communication. Nobody. In fact, he was vetted by his own party and made him that. Now you come to John Dramani Mahama, Director of Communications for NDC, 2002. Why do you think the NDC will sit and say, because there were so many people in the NDC who were good at communication. There were so many people who were contesting Mahama for that position. No law was broken. It was through his hard work as an MP, through J.J. Rawlings' time when he was appointed, through Parliament when they saw what he did, and they said, you do this. So whatever John Mahama or position John Mahama has occupied in his political life, he has legitimately won that position. John Mahama has never pleaded or begged anybody to sign a document or to eliminate some rule for him to get a position. John Mahama, every position he has gotten in his political life, which he deserves, it was through hard work and service. It was through his hard work, humility, and service. That is why every time people look out for his qualities and say, take this. And I'm yet to hear anybody in the NDC say that John Mahama became director of communications because not him say our fault to be, but Yakataso, they basically came out and say he deserves it. So every single step Mahama takes, you could see it comes out with, it goes with some legitimacy. Every single thing was legal. Nobody broke a bone or a law to make John Mahama a communications director of the NDC 2002. This is John Mahama's profile. And I'm yet to hear anybody in the NDC say, yeah, Mahama no untia dues. Mahama no nye NDC ni. Mahama nane papa na NDC inti ni beshemu. Nobody to date. So he's a legitimate NDC person and he has the right to say he still wants to lead the NDC. Because you getting a lot of position does not mean you are not what? You are not visionary enough to lead. And to a young man like Samira Uku stand on stage and say, John Mahama di position way. Samira Uku, you were a party person. Why are you filling the position of NLA? Why don't you say you had enough positions in the MPP? You don't want to be NLA boss. But you, even at your age, you are still hoping Bawumia will be president and you will get a bigger position. Why don't you quit and say, I am done? Now, John Dramani Mahama, minority spokesperson for foreign affairs 2005 in parliament. Did Mahama tell anybody by force to force, make me? It was through his service. It was through his job. It was through his humility. It was through his humility to learn and to respect his colleagues. And they saw his quality. This is legitimate. And nobody can take this away from John Mahama because he did not break the law to be given these positions. He did not fight anybody. He did not he wasn't forced on a political party or a group of people in parliament. John Mahama legitimately won these positions. So he deserves it. Unless you have something that will show that John Mahama did not deserve any of the positions. When you go to 2008, ask yourself, excuse me, in 2008, there were so many senior bosses or politicians in the NDC. John Mahama is a young politician. What has he done in politics? What are his credentials? There were people who had been in politics for 20, 30, 40 years when John Mahama was in senior high school. Professor Evans Atamils bypassed all these people and said, I want this young man. Do you want to doubt the credibility of Professor Mills? I'm asking you a simple question. Do you want to doubt the credibility of Professor Mills? Don't you know, sir, Professor Mills, not only don't you think, sir, he knew their capability? But ask yourself, what will make Professor Mills say, Mepe Mahama as my running mate in 2008? Ask yourself. There should be a reason. Professor Atamils had a committee who sat down to analyze everybody on his table. And he has seen where this man started from. Everything about his positions were legitimate. He was never imposed on anybody. And no politician in Ghana, including Samira Uku, that young man, can discredit Professor Mills when it comes to his choice, his decisions politically. So for Professor Mills to say, upon all these experienced politicians I have in Ghana, I think this man is visionary enough to help me, my agenda, then it's a big deal. Then it should tell you that Professor Mills saw something in Mahama 99% of Ghanaians did not see. And Professor Mills, his records are there, his credibility is there. How intelligent he was when it came to making decisions. Are you going to doubt Professor Mills' decision? No. So he made John Mahama his running mate in 2008. John Mahama has earned that. And how did he end it? Legitimately, by working hard, by being humble. Is it my fault? Is it my fault if God is blessing me? Is it my fault that I am working hard and people are seeing my good work and watching my show? Is it my fault that I have over 5,000 people every day on YouTube watching me every night? It is through my hard work. It is through my consistency. It is through my commitment to my work. So it is not my fault when I have thousands of people watching me and you are not having. You need to ask yourself, why don't you get the numbers I get? I'm getting the numbers I'm getting because of consistency and because of my hard work, my truthfulness, and my credibility. So when somebody today sees me and say, I want to watch Kevin Taylor, he's looking at so many things before he tunes in and watch. He's looking at facts. He's looking at credibility. He's looking at consistency. He's looking at this guy creating something out of nothing. And that is what John Mahama created in his political life. So even if you're a politician and you don't like him, you will like him because you look at his credibility and how legitimately and legally he made his way to where he is. In the NPP before that stage, because John Mahama winning position, they wish they were John Mahama. Samira Wukukas Hassan Abusan and say, John Mahama credentials, don't you wish you were him? You wish. But out of foolish political malice, because they think it is easy to throw it out there. We are talking about experience and consistency. Now, 2008, we go straight to 2009 to 2012. John Mahama was vice president to John Evans Atta Mills. 99% of politicians in Ghana, Atta Mills is better than them. So if Atta Mills say, John Mahama be my vice president from 2009 to 2012, it means a lot. Atta Mills is picking a young man. He knows if he's not there, he will continue every single mission they will think about. There were people in the NPP, NDC who were known than John Mahama. There were people in the NDC, so many people knew, who were with JJ Rawlings, who had proven themselves. And so Atta Mills can say, no, I want this young man. Ask yourself, why did Atta Mills still insist, I want this man? He could have changed John Mahama. He said, no. Ask yourself, are you going to doubt the credibility of Atta Mills? Are you going to doubt Atta Mills' credibility? No. Into any NPP person will be stage, like I said, John Mahama the way. They are envious of John Mahama's credibility because he legitimately got to where he is today. And nobody in the NPP can get that kind of consistency, commitment, respect to get to this point. And this is the time I say, nobody in Ghana can present a resume in politics that is better than John Mahama. Nobody. If anybody is able to do that, I'll quit my job. Nobody in Ghana. Now, from 2012, John Mahama became the substantive president to 2016. Now, ask yourself, John Dramani Mahama, after Atta Mills, may he so rest in peace, passed out and he took over power for 3 months, 3 years, 8 months. This is what John Mahama was able to continue. If everything in this book was completed, Ghana wouldn't be here today. If everything in this book was completed, all the schools John Mahama started, all the infrastructure, the way he changed the economy to be better, leaving the dollar at 4.2, everything when talking about corruption, how he was able to jail his own, something that Atta Mills can do, John Mahama did it. Because that is the only thing that you will see and say, yes, we saw Atta Mills in John Mahama. Atta Mills can prosecute his own. John Mahama did it. Now, because of liars like the NPP, people like Samira Uku, they always want it to look like John Mahama has been vice president. He has been this. He cannot be president again. John Mahama still has an unfinished business. Because you, these fools in the NPP, told us that when you come, whatever John Mahama started, whatever infrastructure work, health, education, whatever, you continue till date. You have not completed even one regional hospital. You have not built the 350 senior high schools John Mahama started. You have not been able to construct roads. You have messed up our economy. Our exchange rate has messed up. At this point, who should come and continue the job? So John Dramani Mahama, as we speak today, and if today we see him as the flag bearer of the NDC, he deserves it. That is why 99.9% of the NDC said, you go again, because we believe in what you have done. Atta Mills saw something in you that we still believe in it. And we know when you're giving the nod again, you will right the wrongs. You will move us from where we are to somewhere better. And it's almost the whole of the NDC, and it has never happened in the history of this party before, say we still want this guy. Then they are thinking about where Atta Mills, what Atta Mills was thinking. They are basically, NDC is thinking like Atta Mills, what Atta Mills saw in this gentleman and knew that this man will be great and will do something better. So when you see the 99.9% NDC people who are also Ghanaians saying we still want this guy to come and finish his job, then that means that they know that the vision this guy has, he hasn't finished it. He needs to complete his vision. Now, let me show you something. This is Mahamudu Bawumia. This is the guy they want to compare to John Dramani Mahama. This is the guy who was illegally slaughtered into the NPP. We are on the NPP, not on your member. So as we speak today, every sin is a sin. It does not matter the church service you attend. When you commit adultery today, it has recorded that it was adultery. It can never be washed away. When you commit murder today, in the next 20 years, it is still murder. So who will be there? Or the second will be there? No. In 30 years to come, it does not matter whether you have converted into Christianity or Islamic religion, you have still committed murder. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia was illegally slaughtered into the NPP to be a running mate. So his flag bearership today as the flag bearer of the NPP is illegitimate. And we need to understand this. Because therefore, you need to understand this. Mahamudu Bawumia representing the NPP alone today is like the NPP is fielding an unqualified player. Because murder is murder. And their own general secretary said, Bawumia wasn't one of us. We illegally broke the law and made him the vice president. What the reason even why we gave him that slot, he has not been able to accomplish it, because today as we speak, the economy that he was supposed to save, he's not speaking about it. So how dare a young man like Samira Uku stand on stage every time he wants to insult John Mahama? Now do you think, say, John Mahama credibility and then the record in politics and Mahamudu Bawumia will be on comeback campaign? This is Bawumia, economist at Bank of Ghana 2000 to 2006. Deputy Governor of Bank of Ghana 2006 to 2008. Now running mate 2008 to Otumfuo. No card, no membership, nothing. It's like NPP going out there without the result to pick a madman to be the running mate of Otumfuo. And the reason why they were trying to defend the madman and gave him a room to live or sit at their table was because they said this madman has the magic to bathing. It's like the NDPP went out there and saw a madman on the street, with all due respect, and brought the madman home. And the members of that family were protesting. And the person who brought the madman said, we have been living in this house. We need somebody who can show us how to bath. Even though he's dirty, he's mad, he has experience in bathing because he has bathed before. Now we bring this madman to the table. This man is not supposed to stay here. We made room. We kick some people out of their rooms, which is not supposed to be done. We strip people of their clothes, which is not supposed to be done in the house. Give it to this madman. For almost 8 years, this madman has not been able to bath even a chicken in this house. 1, his introduction into the family was illegal. And 2, the reason why he was given that room to sit or stay in that house, he has not been able to accomplish. Why are you presenting this madman to us to make the head of the family? We need to understand our politics. And there's a candidate Japan buefu na alanchamantin buefua. It is not because they are greedy or they are people who don't understand issues. It is because they are slotting illegality into the party. If today all MPs in parliament are doing everything possible to make an illegality legal, then it is a problem to the party. The NPP, they have lost way. The NPP today are fielding an illegitimate politician, an illegitimate person who is not part of the party. Bawumia is bad news, is illegal. So me MPP near the MPP fruma. I will never consider Bawumia as my flag bearer because 1, he is not a party member. He did not even pay dues. If somebody died in 2008, Bawumia did not contribute a quota to save that person's funeral. Bawumia is just a greedy owner who came in, and even what he was supposed to do, he could not accomplish it. So why should the NPP rally behind Bawumia? Why should Alan Kojo koto to Bawumia? Why should Kennedy Japan bow to Bawumia? Because they see themselves as rightful owner of the NPP. They are the rightful owners. They have legitimately earned that respect. They have worked hard. They have done everything, sacrificed Bibia for the NPP. And today you bring an outsider and you want to disgrace Alan Chamantin and disgrace Kennedy and make an illegitimate person our leader. It should never happen. If the NPP want their party back, say any Santafo per party, this party, nobody needs to vote for them. They need to go to opposition for us to bring the rightful owners of the party to build a new NPP. And that is what to make people like us come back and support the NPP. But today, I can't sit here and be rallying around somebody who is illegitimate to lead the NPP. Bawumia is an illegitimate candidate. The rightful owners have been kicked out. The Alan Chermantins, the Kennedy Japons, the Adenimos, the rightful people have been kicked out. And then we are bringing illegitimate candidate to lead the NPP. The NPP, we need to take our party back. We are not supposed to vote for this. We are not supposed to live with this. Bawumia can choose to do whatever he wants to do with the party because he has his own ambition. And when I say his ambition, because he does not belong to the NPP from day one, he can choose to turn this party into a terrorist group. What can you say? Which group are you going to link Bawumia to? Because there are people in the party who are saying we are Danka, Busia, Domo, whatever. Where does Bawumia belong? It belongs to nothing, and he has nothing to lose. If today MPP Nigua, Bawumia does not care, he has nothing to lose. And that is the thing that we need to be looking at. That is there is no MPP. The MPP does not have a soul. There's nobody in the MPP leading the MPP for us to be attached to the party. The party has lost its soul. We are just parading an illegality as our flag bearer. The NPP needs to go back home and get NPP to lead NPP. We can't get vagabonds to lead the NPP. We can't just get any wayward person to come lead the NPP. Bawumia has nothing to lose. I am telling you today, if the NPP goes into opposition for 100 years, Mahamudu Bawumia, he has nothing to lose. We have something to save. And what we can do is push this party into opposition, and we have to take it back. Nobody should support this illegality. So when young men like Samira Oku stand on stage and they want to insult John Mahama because he has rightfully earned this kind of positions, then that man has to be careful. And I'm sending this message to you, Samira Oku. We all can be nice. We all can be dirty. We all can wash our dirty linens outside. And I'm ready to do it. Stay away from the name John Dramani Mahama. And this is your last warning. If you want to do your politics, do your politics. Never try to insult Mahama indirectly or directly. If you have taken your money to lead Bawumia to destroy the NPP, we are ready to protect the name of John Mahama. You can do your politics, but stay away from Mahama. This is the last warning. If you don't want to be one of those, and you know what I'm talking about, if you don't want to fall like one of those, try and make a mistake again.
Mono a call for my empire to say the fan form and the form my empire in Yagro. The form too much. Now, where the Kate, the Otumfuo na me beka sisi ya.
Okay.
He levy will say, he levy now, but so okay, he levy will say, he levy. What the mammy no trace in a record. First, you know, now your friend is saying, John Boadu. And an SL in a kakra. We said John Boadu no almost two no on it Justice Kundiano. On an to make like it. Into the sea and the Otumfuo and the Ubia who send the hot here. Once I nabiso a friend or sa umbre debate to me ma. On the didn't grow to me or I think for a own to me. A man which I'm own to me pa. Into one
Jack, and you want to say, or born too much.
I am man which I'm own to me. Entire treason now. I'm saying why I know the Enyeska. I to turn down American.
May I say thank you very much. Oh, sorry. Hello, caller. Hello. All right, we've lost this caller. Mami Fat Bakwa. Hello. Hello, caller. Okay. Hello. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, I can meet you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Please, what I want to say is that Bawumia, he said he has studied economics. And the economics he has studied, I can say he made only one statement, which means he has studied economics. That's telling us no matter how smart you are as a government, if you are incompetent, the exchange rate will expose you. So now I want to know, I'm asking him this question, is he a competent flag bearer? Or if he is competent, then we will also assume that he has never even learned something called economics.
I say, okay, thank you very much. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello, Pacho. Me friend Fikep Kosu. Na kakami pesa me can say the way I was Samia Ukuru di mama temni fad ayamenti. Waka say obe send a strong warning aman say obe jaisa atem didina odidi Mr. John Mahama nti mesro says adie obebo body na waye ama pa because yeah say di Mahama tem sa in fact na ya me yenti mesro say bombody na si disadwuma no why.
Let us say thank you very much. Hello caller.
Hello, Ibradango.
Yeah, go boss, go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Me shall say free Jemfu Anaso.
Kasa.
Oh, your politicians and or more yako form about politician. So what I say, me free akotia and minim Katie pa on your politician. Even I'm a say grandpa your politician crossing cake. I tell you. And we and free on ma Bawumia grandpa on your politician. Kasa kwa onimu kasa. It is any power will be in a platform no did Mahama tema. When we say what did Mahama tem and Mahama very like that. Only be that. Because Mahama a politician. What I say. It is all muka bibisana and how crow.
Samira could be here is very important. Yeah. Because occupy office. And in the office now and you Christ to them. Also TSA. All right. Samira he occupies an office NLA ne oho and Jesus Christ demo nipa de oho. All right. Hello.
Hello, Monkey. Hello.
Monkey, go ahead.
Monkey.
Yeah.
Charlie, you know our new name, the game changer. The game changer. So you know, I think it is going well. So we also have to push. Our people shouldn't sleep, because we have more work to do. There's a chance everybody can see the job, but we have to do the hard work to get that victory. So that is my contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Monkey. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Kevin.
Good evening, boss.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes, Kasamitio.
Master, I'm what can I say? You see, I'm trying to say, Mahmoud Bawumia. The man no oni hwede magana wo but I'm trying to say MPP for no money bi o moyenti na wode ne baaye because o ma politics to and then I'm sure voter legal side bi ma wo say o makọ like Togo akọ some for 2000 e dey go baby person register Ghana yin ma o nti ya na o hwe wono so yiye.
That's it. All right, thank you. Hello caller.
Kevin, I mean show.
Yes, I go
ahead. And Yamisha Kevin, na a planner or more than 7 galamsey no almost 30 no almost say umwechum yakwashe no na omo de omo fomu na so intien no na wonim say president Gufon so e ka say ope John Mahama say ombeka no ho na on kan government no ho time President Gufon be president but won say John Mahama wan here Samuel could the only class in be or no for you or no stand be a.
Let's say, all right, thank you. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Go ahead, boss.
Hello, Pacho, good evening.
It's you.
Pacho, your friend about me, Pacific Tamale.
Okay.
Pacho, one of the college back on a meeting in Ghana, me person bisa. How do fella? How do fella me Pacho? Yentin in Kabium.
I offer her sometimes. Inti I take show no. Hello caller. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes. Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Yeah.
Pacho to say you're from Dallas. Mukasa free Kumasi.
Okay, Kasa.
Yeah, I'm say enyumre wa kan sembebre amemi issue ni say last me friend na me kan bibi say Ghana NDC the communicators na me say o problem kakra I say MPP for mo plan before so mo di issue bi abeba no mo di kan plan ho the person me bi say Dankwa Institute e dey pa no musua ho no eno hello
yeah Kasamitio.
Yeah, hello. And as I tell you, I will can Kuzwa Abagan Hanyina. I say, yeah, car near car running city and from 79. Meanwhile, MPP for UP4 any two Kwame Nkrumah. But yet, the Sagana higher one. You will need Pabe Brio or Honma or Munim say. UP4 any two Kwame Nkrumah. So Ghana yaka chibure beni nyina from UP, but yanka ho asem. Mimi free say nko si etumi educate amanfo mo hu say UP4 any two Kwame Nkrumah. Enti na ma Ghana yaka chi. So enti sa education na wo ye no. Senator Subio.
But I think a point, you know, I'll make you a point, you know, we'll be some kakakra. Right, but that's it. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, caller.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, Kasamiti.
Hello.
Yes, I'm Kasamiti.
Okay. Kevin, your media. I listened to you this evening, and you know whatever you said. But Adia Bakwa Ehami and it's about Captain Smart. So the edition be a oye ene. Then senya or I say oye no. Say or see will be a friend K Edin Nenim Kofi Abrefwa Buzia Womo e succeedie Hilali man Womo efeli ena he for be a oye Kufu also e succeedie
boss team.
Yeah.
And the way also tia when we say in some Kenyan fakum, you don't need to even follow it. We know damn it. Some catch us say yeah ba journalist licensure exams. In the same we know in seku ni samanyoma we your friend
because no
get
media oil is so dangerous.
Let him do what he's doing. That is what he believes in. So if I catch or say, oh yeah, the Ghana Shakura onto my NDC or keep MPP, you don't need to waste your time. You get what I mean? It's also when it stands.
Yeah,
it does not matter.
No, but I'm just curious.
Yeah. It's when in Seku licensure exams the bus. Hello, caller.
Fantastic. Kevin, we continue.
Continue,
you, I mean, show. I mean, you can see. Come on, said OT. Kevin, Masmika Crab, I can say, I'm a son. I for Nanka Bawumia Anka Wonsu Anka Wafin GDM. I read in Yami. I'm a son. I for, but you piano bit my Kevin. I was my opa. So we gave you do it with them. Who says I didn't send him to the sending to Unsuriam. Intino, don't make up. After Mamma Biomon Kadimu, Sarah Camo, Samuel could do my coin. Young Coswamboa. One is a milk running Yami.
But I say, I'm going to thank you very much. Hello, caller.
Hello. Good evening, Kevin.
Go ahead, boss. Good evening.
Let me say, Bawumia no NDC new. Okowari Samira, beauty contest. Let me say, Ghana most beautiful. No, Onyano Wari no. On Wari no we no na MPP4 say. Wakofa Oni papa abuyes card Okowari Ghana beauty contest be. New Refiana.
That's it. Okay, thank you. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Kevin.
Good evening, madam.
Kevin, akuma pani na say je me frewa me ho kire me papa.
Me bacho, akuma pa wonya chance yen fast. Obi a 30 seconds.
Yeah, but me follow me try and say for ye moa ye ne moa na enum nsuo ene de o ma akọfa tani aba ono so aboa ba akọ ana o mde na aba afi de o mo se ye hohoro no na ye hye ne kaji na ye fa no kokrom na ye nkoton komre kwa ma ka kire say nta for ye moa dida ente na me de ne me ka kire Ghana fo nyina ne say se de e mo mienu na ekọ ba ko e abirechire nkwan so de yenim se na ne pampans tie Bawumia eyen so nkonsuo enti ye pegiditi na ye be mixiditi na ye mfa nsuo mixe na ye mfa nku no prekope na on free so esan se onya aboa ye de ne bafia obema nipa aton
bedase
ana MPP4 awe Ghana 4 nam nyina akaye moja kakra bi ana omudi Bawumia ba so nkonsuo se on benum ye moja me ye mpene
Me that say, hey, Afiwe. Hello, caller. Afiwe. Hello. Hello. All right. I lost this caller. But I'm here to my another caller. One of the lines is acting up. I'm here. More. Hello. Hello, caller.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Blood Jesus, God richly bless you. I'm citizen from home, and today your profile is concerning Mahama and Bawumia. You see, there's Mahama has really qualified. Mahama has really qualified for the job, and the apprentice have to sit down somewhere for us to hear and let the competent people take over. Thank you.
Thank you very much, citizen. I really appreciate this. Thank you. Hello, caller.
Mr. Sir.
Yeah,
nema ya no mo kan no mesre say NDC communicators no any especially the South Boys na wo parliament no amanfo atimi ahodu pa bepim tama Kevin Taylor atimi abesom say enti mesre say ya na ye de kika emre bi say wo kan say bi manage ho pa ye kwa demonstration na say wo organize kura no abehu so obi ho a wo gina ne fie kwa no bejon kura ne mo a wo no nko no another thing compare say we do anu tum wa bruchiri ha say kan ya afi de ye kwa na nipa sorry abedi akiri communicators no me bi so bi hu say omo abre papa na wo bi ti say kwaku ba akon kwa me sefa kan no ne ye tua wo ka boso me na mo so mu di mu hia e call radio stations wa kwatena tena wa kan yansa sem baby wo ka kra no ma dane no it is say Kevin Taylor ne baye and what the best way ne Kevin Taylor adani Ghana nyina Kevin Taylor wo ko anadwo nyina nkrofo gina kwekwe ti Kevin Taylor na eden pa enti message wo mo akofom kakra na ye hwe kwan ye befa so na ye ne wo nyina betra na ateneti na se NDC fo ye bibia te say the last wo boy say nkrofo ko ye no ye kwa demonstration ye kan wo mo medi akiri because wo mo no communications no kra no wo mo radio stations ye jandam na ye say Ghana. But
I say, okay, so Abraham TB raised the issue be about Samira Bawumia, a beauty contestant, and I said she was involved in beauty contest. The Jandam story, no, it's a fact, true. The reason why in Mahmoud Bawumia Ekowari a year Samira Bawumia was because in 2008 Samira Bawumia contested for Ghana Most Beautiful was a Miss Universe. And as you can see, when Samira steps out, we a daily graphic story. Samira Bawumia, adikudienti ama Bawumia kodi nechi no because okoye Miss Universe and Bawumia ekodi nechi. The caller no ekaya no, it is true. My team just pulled this out for me to put on the screen. Na amanfo Samira a fish. Obiya nim say Samira a fish, and the story no, Mr. P, Mr. S. Let me read the story for people to hear because we because Obi ka asem ato eye Samira. So Mr. P, you brought the second part of the story, right? And the third part, you are bringing me all the parts of the story. You want me to read everything in the story, right? Okay, let's take 2-3 minutes and do the story itself. Not Ghana Funyina Ehun story no bibia story ni nyina wo. Inti I'm going to take my time and read eye Samira. Inti Abrantena so no kind it is true. Samira okoye beauty pageant and a year Mahmoud Bawumia hu no and start convincing Bawumia say on politics inti Bawumia is not a politician, it's true. The confirmation is here. Samira a fish inti adikudienti I just saw a fish and say munim say no or nipa bia uyini free sumpe na afi obewu. Samira story ni moment kind story no. Okay, that is not it. Let me take care of this one. I'm starting free throw. I think this is the first story. Okay, so Samira Bawumia story in here. Samira is a fish. Obi kawaha, obi onim na wakaso Samira onye beauty contest biada or slave queen. Samira, 29, has been described by the press as a Zongo girl who cut her teeth in Islamic education at the Ansarawadeen Islamic School right in the National Chief Imam's sacred place at Fadama in Accra before she proceeded to the Akosombo International School and then Infantiman Secondary School. Samira later read a BA Social Science in Law and Sociology at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. While in school, she was said to have been an open-minded and exceptionally social person who earned herself a reputation as a good sports and entertainment girl. Samira, we'll go. Samira, I think so. Our two profiles. But we read the second one. No, first one. I be reading actually. No, it's about Samira call tech. We will look into that. She may be more in the limelight these days as the wife of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the running mate of NPP presidential candidate. But whenever Samira has stepped out in the past, she is certain to be noticed. What is here is what I'm reading. The elegant and suave Mrs. Samira Bawumia, one time a Miss Universe beauty pageant contestant, has kept those calculated steps that most women of fashion wish they had. Last week Friday, when Samira stepped out beside her husband to pay her last respect to the former Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Peter Alajite, her somber walk must have momentarily halted the sobbing of many mourners present. In fact, this is 2006 when they were selling Samira Bawumia to Ghanaians. They say Samira Bawumia a graduate student or tech now about Samira and Warfare now a beauty pageant da now Samira a Miss Universe. While in school, she was said to have been an open-minded and exceptionally social person who earned herself a reputation as a good sport and entertainment girl. Samira has three children, a girl and two boys with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. She speaks a number of local languages, including Ewe, Ga, Twi, and Fanti. So that is Samira Bawumia's profile. So Abrante no beka says Samira Bawumia okoye contest na Bawumia ko hu no a okoware no no. Abrante no, besides, why are you sending me so many things? Okay, besides, I think it's enough. It's enough. Thank you. We've made our point. So they said no must Samira a Miss Universe. Which year? We want to know the year Samira ebe Miss Universe. We want to know year okoye, month okoye, and in the position. It's something to we need to know. So this is Samira's resume. Almost called tech and no confantman no call. So I'm a dear Scooby and Onyini Wafadama, and I'm saying Samira a Miss Universe. Way 2008. This is how they presented Samira Bawumia to Ghanaians. Miss Universe. Into Miss Universe form Samira call contest. No, we are going to go back and look into it. It's about Samira. Samira Ekoye Miss Universe be Ampara. Then we will let people know a year no cry a womb. All right, media me for me team that the Brem Samin Kancham. Hello caller. Hello. All right, hello caller. All right, hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, boss. Go ahead.
Kevin, me prefer the Shioto and the Western of.
Okay, me too.
Kevin, but you why are they winning one and can you like and can you do? Kevin, I mean, this is about 2025. Then this is about 2025. Even with the bail.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Hello, caller.
Hello, Kevin. Let me postulate.
Postulate.
You know, Kevin, Bawumia no office NPP for no penasem, but on him say he has been set up. I mean, in the Mugwasi Ebeguno or Ghana, no been to Obiada, been to presidential candidate Biada. You know, almost say, almost say, or mine, they know they haven't done anything good. And you almost per candidate via or no, or Korea or Bon Crombeka say, oh, we cry on no kind of free enough no one I could by Entina want to marry, you know. And that is something, it's something like that they are trying to do because Osha Abaya or more policy or Mudiba, they are all against each other. It doesn't synchronize. What I said because Mahama can't say all the 24-hour economy bano or say old cars now almost say my fan bano or over age car no Obama na ba send ya where there's no benye juma fita for benye juma mbe to me 24 hours. Eni ni abanya edwin or can be bia or ye bibia making sure say nya waka no any policy or the by ni nyana no economy but NPP for no mbeke bia no bobra.
But I say thank you very much.
These same people said these same people said they were coming up with this tourism development thing. They came here in the US and said, oh, they wanted, they did
Tyler
what?
Perry. Tyler Perry. They said Tyler Perry. They said Tyler Perry was going to build a theater in Ghana. Tyler Perry. Remember?
Meanwhile, they are asking Americans to get visa before they come to Ghana. Look at this. More, you do one thing and do the opposite.
Thank you. It's right. It's not right. Hello, caller. Hello.
Kevin. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, give me a call again about 2024. You go from Plan Makazafi. And I say, when you a top from Palma, ya chinye, echo from echo to me. Especially, you share some good demeanor, meaning some general camp. And yeah, a year way of the chama won't me in some all kind of woman. One agenda on my city for electrical cars and all small or more kind of patrol. Tell electrical cars and I hear a na Bawumia ba or the cars never to show one. Also, can I go for budget? No, maybe a nipple on this agenda. You could fear Duma no settled agenda. No. So, social media or need Gaby could interview about the Gaby you two electrical. And who be said beside a choir or fast you two car. And then on with your two with Timua on best of that Ghana for so easy now or be caught up amano. No, but you say or so the electrical beba or the car never show and nothing how koto. What do you say? Car no electrical you won't open to yes no battery. Now but your car yes can the koto. Electrical won't even go. Now electrical car go and you can what to see for now. I in the wall. I buy nipa na kese oba movie. Ni nyina ye ganda ma wo kana ye nada ba na ye ni bi wo sade no. Ye ntrauma nkofu in fact and trust me on boba bia no. Kaba ye be block ye mani ba no and fly that.
But I say thank you very much. Block it. Hello caller. Hello. Hello caller. Go ahead.
Hello, the me can say.
Samira
Bawumia together. Participation no koye no universe no one winning but we participate enti de wo policy a wo de ayama no na make say Samira Bawumia no ni papa ye friend Abu Ramadan no say a make say we ambassador MPP for man ambassadorial position o di wo baby na ono no wo ye sa MPP for no a ayete say chairman no ani okasa ni minimu ayaptu no awoko no awo free hobby no wo ye CPP for se kwaku ba ko ma wo join ni MPP enti ni papa Abu Ramadan ni de sesi America se wo ye ambassador e wo baby MPP for the amano eni ni nua bema ono so so wakuta position awoko che se family affairs ye chair ye no ono de ni de nya ye ni papa ye CPP ni
me I say the papa ye CPP ni. Hello caller. Hello. Yes, that's right you.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm good, boss. Go ahead.
I've been following you for a long time, calling from Austria. I really like the way your program, and I've been trying all the time. This is the first time getting you. I mean, keep on the good work you're doing. We all appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate this call. I appreciate it. All right. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Kasamitio.
Pacho michia pa. Obi ahu ye de.
Ibi aboko.
Ye de nyame ase. Pacho enye bibia me sei asama wo kan de ampa se. Ye di JD Rollis assembly de haye pa. If so ba nima ni mamu bi. Say udi NDC che na show say we illiterate. Say wan ko school.
Yeah.
We ni bie ye. Inti ama abedu tambe ena MPP for nya kwan bewura mamu bi ni mamu
yeah
inti tesi a ubasi oma nya fie omwura omko haye maame num se omudi homu beko haji inti tesi aye sanu sese unim se weni bia ade a Rollis de aye na nanum ne maame num inti omunka asem ni se and the asama okani de am pepe enti se si asama mi pese mi bisa senti u be politics se wan chan tro ntimi ya politics no
ene ne asem no
ena Mahmudu Bawumia so ena mi pese mi ka chon fe am pase onu ye kremoni papa itakula Kevin adi amikate itakula ne kan wo Arab mu se on suru nyame a obonu di basa seso Enti on itakula sana meka chen de bia meka okasa sana meka o makomo na ne hu ya me mobo nipa wodi Quran dia soe Quran wo anu kware mpo ntimi fa Quran soe wo anu kware asama wo kampo wo gidi sa asama kan ya anu kware mpo wo fa Quran dia go no wa fa Quran
MPP fo a omo se o Bawumia ye nkremuni nti oba srem ni zongos ne dia omo wi ni nyina because zongo for na se bi otitru nkremufo mu nyina obeto ma Bawumia efise Bawumia aye nkremuni
obuwa sese obi ani ati obuwa obi ani ati eni tira me kase
o person nkremuni be di president o person nkremuni be di president of Ghana
onya no kware ni onya no kware do Quran sese Quran na edi ni yesa no adi a oya onima adi a wo mu Quran na edini yesa no efise Quran ni aya adie sonko a yentwa Toronto so enti itakula Bawumia so oni ni nkrofo MPP no mutie mi a on suro nyame.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you, madam. All right, hello caller. Hello. I think so one day we'll say show Emma Zongo se Ghana nyina na omo frɛ na omo kyerɛ where they belong when it comes to Mahamudu Bawumia oye nkremuni a obedi president. Omo hu ni saying omo nyonko nkremuni. Mr. P, put this on paper. We will talk about this tomorrow. Yabaya show I think from next week. Just the Zongos in Ghana. Yabema Zongos no nkremufo nyina afrɛ to tell us bibia omugina when it comes to Bawumia oye nkremuni na Bawumia so nkremuni a obedi president of Ghana uhu ni saying adentina mpeso beto ama eye nkremuni. I'll talk about hello caller. Hello. All right. Hello caller.
Lower. Hello Kevin.
Meet you.
Akati we hello. Okay. Good evening. Please, my name is Rihanna. I'm calling from. Please, the electric this thing that they are talking about. Do they know how power costs nowadays? Because 20 series power. If you buy 20 series power, it's like 20 series petrol is more than 20 series power nowadays. Even 50 series power, the service charges alone you cannot pay.
Okay.
Even charging a phone these days for a month it costs more than 50 series, like a lot. Talk less of charging a whole car.
Where are you calling from? From?
I'm calling from Yape.
Yape, are you a Muslim?
Yeah, I'm a Muslim and I'm a Gonja.
Would you want a Muslim to lead Ghana?
Kevin, I would have been very happy to see that a Muslim is leading Ghana. My religion mate, or how will I say it? But the problem is, I don't want a Muslim that will come out and disgrace me. If Bawumia was to be a truthful person, I swear the way he will have gotten love. But he's not truthful. Bawumia is not truthful. I have seen how he has led us. He has misled Ghana. I cannot afford to follow Bawumia again.
Thank you.
So we have all raised our hands.
Thank you very much, sister. Bye-bye. One day I'll open the phone lines for our Muslim brothers and sisters to call. We need to have this conversation. It's very important. Do you want a Muslim as Bawumia to lead Ghana? Hello, caller. Hello. Hello, caller. Good evening. Good evening, Mitsuwan Kakasa. Good evening. Hello. Hello. All right. Caller no. As Ontiasa na make all right. Hello. Hello, caller. All right. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Yes, I meet you.
I didn't fact say si akasi krimonia. I did triwa nkremosumpa ne ntro. Ya kan sankra. Ama student for most commission say akromoni betumi abɔ adwama wɔse an na wɔn bisa nsɛ na akromoni betumi awie adeɛ wɔse an na wɔn si deɛ nti wɔse akomiti na bɛsɛ adwama nti a wɔn se aba no bɛmba deɛ ɛbɛtumi aba accident na wɔn bisa akromoni commission sɛ na akromoni betumi atwɔntrɔ wɔse lalai akromoni ntumi ntwɔntrɔ nti na asantefoɔ ɔmo fra ɛyɛ kiremfoɔ sɛ antafoɔ ana nkiremfoɔ yɛaka sɛ ntafoɔ a wɔn sɛ woyɛ kiremoni a woyɛ fantini woyɛ hwan o yɛtu kwan a nipa nhunu yɛ difference wɔ yɛn ntam so ɔkyerɛkyerɛ yɛyɛ asɔre a yɛyɛ bɔ mu tumi ba na tumi nyɛ kiremoni didi a membisa sɛ aduane no ayadeɛ menim sɛ wɔyɛ me nua som no a me so no wɔdidi nti yɛyɛ bia te sɛ nnuafoɔ nti na yɛfrɛ sɛ ntafoɔ nkantafoɔ nyɛ didi atam so wɔkyerɛkyerɛ nti nkromosum adeɛ a akyiri pa ne nkorɔ nti kremoni a wɔgyi Quran ane hadisi idi yɛ antorɔ deɛ wɔmfa ndi agoɔ yɛ yɛndi nkorɔ
that's the teachings I appreciate that very much. Hello caller. Hello,
good evening.
Good evening, boss. Go ahead.
Let's carry on. What I want, I just say Ghanaian needs to be reminded every day, every night for these people, for the 2024 voting. Because these people, they are very sure they will take money and enter door to door for giving people. So we should just educate our people that when they give them the money, they should collect the money. They shouldn't receive the money, but know what you are going to vote. You are not going to vote the money. Let's collect the money. The money is for us, it's for our tax paying systems. It's all of the money is for us.
Okay, so Medasi, thank you very much.